Here we are with Fellowship, Star Wars Pitch Black, Season 2, Episode 5. The name of this episode is Mr. Fear. We are in September 2021, and with me here today is...
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing 411KM, a droid, using the Air Playbook.
Peter asks Shining Peak, the Nelvanian Force Mystic, the Ogre.
Ian Sicarius, a Harch, the Spider Playbook.
I'm Holden, playing Zevendray, Human Jedi Knight, using the Lantern Playbook.
And I forgot to mention that I'm playing the Overlord framework, the Lord Marshal. But other than that, solid. Okay, so first thing we need to cover here, listeners, is it's been like a month since we recorded the other episode you just listened to, so the details are a little fuzzy, and we're going to do our best to keep on going, but you probably should be aware of that. Shit happens. So, who would like to give a gentle recap of what happened last session?
We went to the Skakon facility, and then under it.
That's right.
Is the Proteus ship, and we met Killer Croc there, and some other things. And then PvP happened.
A shitload of turrets shot us.
Yeah, lots of turrets, lots of PvP.
It was Turret Palooza.
Yeah, so you've gone through the Proteus with the aid of a voice on the radio guiding you through, changing how the ship works and rerouting power till eventually you got to what was called the Deadlight Prism Chamber, where 401KM was able to upgrade their orb because the Proteus had the ability to do that. Where we've left off is we're doing the Zelda dungeon, so the next part is you go back into the 3 now open rooms, explore them a bit, and then it'll lead into, as we discussed in the Zelda Dungeon episode, the boss battle. So, as you guys break some bread, relax and refresh a bit after the grueling gauntlet that was the Deadlight Prism Chamber, you have 3 options available to you to where to explore next. Which I definitely have up in front of me, right here, right now, on the ball, prep work. So, there is the Candarian Artifact Room, the Virology Lab, which is up further back in the Skakoan facility, and the Security Nexus. The Security Nexus is where all the turrets and the security systems are being controlled by. The Virology Lab is interfering with systems down here because of how the power systems are set up, and systems have been integrated and cross-patched with what the Separatists were doing to try and research this vessel. And the Candarian Artifact Room is here in the ship, and is exactly what it sounds like. It's full of artifacts. And maybe some information.
It's full of Kender.
Well, I vote we go to the Virology Lab to solve the power issue, then the Security Lab so that we can shut down power to get more information out of the artifact room? Question mark?
That sounds like a solid plan.
Okay.
Seems right.
What do you think?
Okay. So you're going to the Virology Lab first?
Hang on, there's a guy here.
Yes. Yes,
Where
there
is the guy?
Dash Rendar is still locked up in the ship through the different security commands and lockdowns that are in place. And they have indicated, to refresh memories, I don't remember if they actually said this anymore because it's been too long, that unlocking the rest of the ship will unlock your way to them. To simplify things.
All right. It does simplify things.
So, the challenge I'm going to throw you guys, getting from the Deadlight Prism Chamber all the way back up to the Virology Lab. Oh my god, Devin, say the word. Virology Lab. Is, I want you guys to suggest what obstacles will be in the way, and we'll see about you guys solving your way through them. So, throw me an example of what you think is going to be in the way, backtracking back to the beginning.
Well, Killer Croc is still up there somewhere, clearly.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so do you guys want to handle Croc as your sort of challenge to get to virology?
I think that makes the most sense.
All right. So you leave the Deadlight Prism Chamber, heading through whatever room I had previously described a month ago. The twisting, turning tunnels and chambers and bulkheads of the ship that have been torn apart by age, because I think this vessel is an ancient vessel, seeing as it came from that Zepho Discovery ship back in the Old Republic. Covered in bodies, damage, security turrets that have been shooting at walls and things walking through, panels flickering, cables hanging from the ceiling lit up by their own fiber optic internal light. Going through the ship, you will eventually cross paths with clear sign of recent damage and destruction and realize that Croc is in the area. If you guys keep going and try to get past him, that means he might be able to circle around and catch you in like a trap or a pincer or some sort of, dead end where he'll have the advantage. So at this point, before you go any further, you have the opportunity to plan out if you're going to try and strike the first blow and get the jump on Croc.
We could try to find him and get his attention while Sicarius gets the drop on him.
Yeah.
That sounds like a solid plan.
I don't like the thought of that thing popping out on us at the least opportune moment, which is what it's been doing so far.
I totally would.
Yep.
Okay. So, I'm sure you're all creative enough to think of a way to get Croc's attention. What do you do next?
I'm gonna pop out and I guess attack them.
Yeah. Do you have your webs? Do you need your webs?
I get a web when I move into a new room, so this is a new room.
Uh-huh.
So I have enough webs to do some things if need be.
Okay,
But
so
I
you guys have to
think-
just lure in your prey.
Yeah.
How are you
So
doing?
who wants to be the bait? Should I be the bait?
Someone needs to be the bait.
Well, I guess Shiny Pink could be the bait. Still
All right.
leading from the last fight we had with each other.
We appreciate you, Shining Peak.
We do.
All right.
Yep.
So as you're going out to go bait yourself, quote unquote, the Republican's walking beside you, just kind of doing his own thing.
Hey there.
I'm just pointing. Oh, hey, what are you doing here? Oh my god, I thought we had lost everyone. I mean, like, I know we lost everyone, but, it's okay. Like, he puts a hand on your shoulder, his, like, real hand. It's okay. You had to get rid of them. Like, they turned on us. Don't worry about it.
When I got in the furnace, I fucking...
We got back
Hey
chat.
guys, mute yourself when you're talking.
Yeah, mute yourself when you're not talking.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
It's all good. Anyway,
Well,
that's what the
that's
Republican...
exactly what happened.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I know it's
watch out,
just
there are
you.
some crocodiles around.
Look, I know it's just you and I now, but we got to stick together on this, okay?
Sure thing. I'll watch your back, you'll watch mine.
Pulls out a gun. Gotcha.
Yeah, pulls out these guns.
Oh my god, I forgot that you're so swole.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so getting Croc's attention. What are you doing, Shining Peak? What do you got for us?
I guess I'll be walking ahead of people, making some noise. And so on and so on, trying to be obvious where I am.
Oh, wow, that's going to do it immediately. Sure. You make a bunch of noise, and you're going to track Croc, and you're going to see them, like, moving between bulkheads and between tunnels, like, trying to get you at an intersection and going up through vents and stuff, before they are going to clearly and unstealthily try to descend down, quote-unquote, behind you and, like, get you. So that's happening. That's coming down the pipe to you.
Perfect.
Okay, well, as they're coming towards Shining Peak and they're distracted by Shining Peak, I'm going to come out of the vent, like, right behind them. And I'm just going to shoot them. I mean, I have a gun. I'm just going to shoot them.
All right.
I don't think I've really used it much this game, so why not?
Are you a threat to the world?
I am not a threat to the world yet.
Pay a price against Killer Croc.
Ooh,
Okay.
a price chart.
Yeah,
I'ma
we're back,
take
baby.
I'm gonna take some damage.
Okay, and
There we
shoot
go.
Killer Croc.
Yeah. What do I roll?
Is
for
that your
this?
execution move? Do you have that?
No, my execution move doesn't work against threats to the world.
Haha.
Yeah. What is it for this again? It's a D. It's
It's 2D,
2d6.
3d6. 2
Plus.
or 3 d6 plus your stat.
okay. Plus that, so that's a 6.
Wait,
Oh no.
That's a fail.
Wait,
Oh, thank
doesn't,
God.
Or no? Do I get hope because
shouldn't
we're
he be
working
rolling
together?
with hope because we're working together to ambush the guy?
Do you, Ian? No, for hope, you have to be doing the same thing. Like, you have to be combining your action together. So if two of you side by side were jumping down to do the murder, absolutely. But, like, multi-stage things where you're going to be, like, if that was the case, you'd get hope all day, every day.
Yeah,
You're always working
Okay.
that's fair.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's something we actually had to explore in the first game and get confirmation from Vel on.
You know, I can also have my small army that I have with me start firing on him.
Well,
True.
That would be helpful.
If that, yeah, does that give me hope? If
that will probably give you an advantage. You need to actually finish him. You remember how
Yeah,
that
I'll
works?
give you advantage.
no, okay, so that's
Well, I
a
thought
6.
the advantage was that he had
Yeah.
to drop on the guy.
Yeah, the advantage was I have the drop. So
Yeah, those guys
So
aren't
that's a
giving you
6.
hope, unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to cut
I
it.
love how this night is starting.
Ah.
Yeah.
Killer Croc's not going to go down fast. Killer Croc's going to drag this out. Okay, so you jump down and try to ambush Croc, who I guess, confusingly enough, saw this coming because he's half monster ghost. Spins around. As he spins around, his tail whips super fast, like some of those later Godzilla suits with the weird appendage tail, hits you in the chest just in time for one of its spikes to catch you, drag you closer as he reels his tail in,
Oh no.
sinks his claws into you, and just starts bashing you against the wall over and over and over again. Take a damage, and it's necrotic.
Oh, what's necrotic again? That's
That means it don't heal too good.
okay. Yep. That's
yeah,
not
you
good.
have to.
Okay.
Necrotic damage is marked twice, and the first mark cannot be removed by filling your belly.
Oof. Okay.
Okay, so the
That's-
situation has now changed to Killer Croc is killing your spider person. Deal with it.
All right, now I have my small army start firing on him.
Okay, burn
He's
clearly
a
busy.
pay a bond of servitude from one of your dudes to give you advantage, and then let someone finish them.
I'm going to try, as Killer Croc's reeling under the wall of blaster fire, I'm going to leap in and try and cut his arms off.
Oh yeah, lightsabers.
Lightsabers,
so rare.
they're a thing.
We so rarely get to see
Right.
those.
Pay a price.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
pay your
that's
price. And
right.
get
We both
melee
have to, right?
range. Yep, Steph made a move by activating Bonds of Servitude, so pay your price too, Steph.
She's going to go first. Then I'll pick.
So was me burning a bond
That's a move
paying the
called...
price?
You used a move called Bonds of Servitude to damage one of the stats on your companions to contextually use that stat to give advantage to the combat. So activating that move makes you pay a price against this threat to the world.
Okay.
So you just pick from the list.
What you taking? Take a damage.
I'm taking a damage and shunting it onto one of my guys.
Oh, no.
What's up?
You take a damage. Oh, no, you can shunt it because of what? Get in the way stuff? Because you have...
Or
God
the
Save
queen or
right?
something?
Because of power stuff.
Yeah, that's excellent. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, Croc, deflects one of the blaster bolts with his scales, and it almost gets you.
Now
All right,
7.
Holden.
Pay a price.
What do you got?
Pay price. Going to spend one of my pit traps. Say I used one of those trying to set up for Croc, but it was of no use because he came down a
Sure.
different path. Alrighty.
That sounds excellent.
Cool.
So I'll set the scene as you're coming on in. Croc has Sicarius and it's just giving it to him against that bulkhead, just smashing him up. The Shining Peaks is there. The Republican is there. 41KM's army of dudes has opened fire on Croc and is just laying into him. And he just roars, "This place will be your tomb!"
No, that's good shit.
What did you roll?
Are we both rolling, or am I just?
You're rolling.
You are. You're attacking.
You're the one
You're coming on
finishing
in
them.
with the finish them with the lightsaber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Kim just gave you an advantage.
11.
Huzzah.
There we go.
What
That's
did you
a
roll
finish
with?
them.
What did you roll with?
Well, blood, I think. Right?
Murder.
Yeah, that takes Croc out. Croc's gone, guys. Taken down.
Yay!
That was weirdly
That's convenient. Yeah, that was strangely easy.
easy.
Right?
You got an 11. So the trick is Croc comes back. He has the Undying stat, which you guys know about because you're allowed to know about it. A proper ritual has to be performed on his inert body to stop him from coming back constantly. I wonder what that would be.
Well, in that
Lick
case,
him, poop with the orb.
yeah, I go boop him with the orb.
Okay, so you point
You don't
your
have to.
orb.
You've got the Alan Wake lens
Yeah.
now.
I love how you're just like, a proper ritual must be done. I boop him with orb.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so yeah, you shift the containment rings and the gimbal system on the orb so that the torch aperture opens up, and you just blast his body with that brilliant otherworldly deadlight radiance. And yeah, he gets up, not dead, screeching as something just burns out of his corpse, leaving a normal-sized, dead, mummified Trandoshan behind. Remember, Croc was like 3 times the size of you guys and a big fucking monster. Now it's just some dude who looks like a lizard person in like a wrecked spacesuit.
Oh boy.
You did it! You permanently killed Killer Croc. He's done.
Yay!
Yay!
Again, that was way too easy. I'm waiting for him to wake up and like kill somebody any second now.
He's dead in the next game.
He's dead until the next game.
Did he come up in the next game? I'm almost certain I didn't use Croc, did I?
Maybe not. I think we only got the mic.
Yeah, it's Mike. Not Bob, though, for reasons. Okay. Yeah.
Evan hangs up his lightsaber and well, if nothing else, this trip has already been worth it.
Yeah, true.
The Republican wheels around, seeing you with your lightsaber. It's like, oh my god, guys. I've been looking all over for you. Where did you go?
Just
They were right behind us.
He comes over and puts his hand on Seven. Look, I know what happened to Shining Peaks was tragic, but she turned on us. I'm so sorry that happened to you. We'll get through this together, okay? We just gotta stick together here.
Thank you, my friend.
He nods.
How many people remember that?
And that was the major complication gained to the lab. So you make your way through the ship.
Philology lab. Philology lab.
No, it's happening.
Iromancy.
No. I-teams. Fucking I-teams, Ian.
Thanks.
Oh, Petamites.
It could be worse. I've got a friend who just cannot pronounce Dracula. It comes out Dracular every fucking time.
Oh, no.
And we did a year of V20.
Oh,
So that
no.
was fun.
Oh
No,
my god.
in LA, where there's a Malkavian who thinks he's Count Dracula.
Bella. Oh my god,
amazing.
we use Bella in every game. He's like a main character in most of our campaigns.
So this poor friend of mine had to deal with fucking Bella, and
Fantastic.
aka Count Dracula.
Fantastic.
It could be worse.
I love that. Guaranteed, if you're playing a vampire game with us, you're going to run into Bella at some point. It just happens. It's never not happened in, like, years.
We've only come
All right.
once.
What? No, he
Yeah,
was
he
in
ended
heaven
up
for
being
everyone,
like
too.
He ended up being
He
like
was
a
only
major
head for
ally.
everyone.
So it turned out that it's actually a fairly powerful elder once you peel back the nonsense.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Pete,
Yeah.
before we
Play
were
the same
gaming...
game.
Pete, before we were gaming with you, we've played V20 before, and Bella has consistently always come up. Just throwing that out there. You might not be aware of that.
Didn't
Well,
he,
he
like...
didn't come up and creep Hiroshima Marine Buffet.
You weren't in LA! And there was a dude that looked exactly like Dracula hanging out down there. He called himself Bruce.
I just remember Roy Batty.
Yeah, okay, Roy Batty was there too, but let's not belabor the point. Anyway, you get to the lab. So you have to go up through the ship, up into that Skakoan research facility, and then there's the place that was covered in vines, which you Alan Wake light blast your way through, and the vines recede back into the room.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
That's strange. The label on the door to the virology lab is misspelled.
You fuckers. You assholes. You get into the lab, and it looks like... You fucking pieces of shit.
You get to the lab, you all die. End of the game. I'm going home.
It's another spelling, but he checks out.
We head into the virology lab.
Damn it! You're goading me to try to say it.
It's full of warriors. It's good. It's okay.
You get into the lab, and it looks like a Clone Wars era. It looks like a Clone Wars era research facility for Skakoan engineers. There are Old Republic era technology has been kind of brought up here and is being examined. Oh my god, I fucked up my entire voice now. There's technology here that is clearly being observed and examined. They are studying pathogens and viruses, including what is clearly, if you're a Republic agent, the Blue Shadow virus, which is like the most devastating thing they did previous to the last most devastating thing they did. It's the CIS. They're nightmares. But there's Old Republic cryo caskets in here. And nothing else. The plants recede, and there's like a main plant in here, but it's staying away from you and just creeping further into the cracks of the room and trying to like wither away and leave.
When you say Old Republic cryotubes, how old are we talking?
Contemporary to the Republican.
Do they have like any glass viewports or?
Absolutely. So these look like old, like big Art Deco iron lung, fancy caskets, like the fridge from from Hologram Summer, but like in big sci-fi, grandiosity. And like right in there is a mummified corpse, and it says right there on the plate in Old Republic, which you guys can read because you guys are educated, Dash Rendar.
That's the guy on comms.
Yep. That's the guy we've been talking to.
Can you hook into the comms and ask him if he's dead?
Yes, play your hand.
He's astral projecting.
I tap into the comms and I say, "Hello, Dashendar. Are you still there?"
Yeah, hey guys, what's going on? I kind of lost you off my monitors. You don't seem to be in the ship anymore. Are you heading to, the engine room or anything?
That is correct. Apologies, we ran into a bit of trouble, and I wanted to check in and make sure you were still safe.
Yep. I'm still just waiting for you, holding on out here.
Dash, how long have you been stranded here?
Just a couple of years, ever since the Skakoans let me out.
I checked the viewport on that cryo casket to see whether there's something inside.
Yeah, there's a mummified dead body in there.
And
any of the other? Are all of them labeled Dash? Is that just all of their names?
Oh no,
What are the
some of them
other
are
ones
empty
labeled?
and don't have names in them, or they do have. Some of them are empty and they all have names, but like this one is one of the ones that are sealed and has a dead body in it, probably from the Proteus below, because they used cryotech, because they didn't have a stable. What do you call it? That fucking thing I bring up 8,000 times. Carbon freezing.
The orb?
And how did you get here before the Skakoans captured you again?
Oh yeah, I was on a Republic medical ship, the Event Horizon. I was just part of the enlisted staff. You're asking a lot of questions you've asked previously. You doing okay down there? You're not letting the whatever's out there, the zombies, get to you, right? Where are you exactly, by the way? Maybe I can send some help. You deserve some help. Let me get you what you deserve.
No, that is all right. We are simply checking in so that we know if we have to rush to help you.
Well, on your own time then.
We are making our way through the ship, but there are many difficulties in the way. Many apologies.
Okay.
Well, should we wake this Dash Rendar?
The Republicans
Well,
already opening that cryo casket.
I'm glad he made the decision.
Right?
He always seems reliable.
And like,
I
like
trust his judgment implicitly.
and like, the droid arm grabs the mummy by the throat and throws it over his shoulder into a pit somewhere, and starts like grabbing at the tech in the tube to like pull some stuff out, like not rip it out, but like pull it out and examine it and try to like look at it while you guys are talking amongst yourselves.
Well, that's not good. So, what are we dealing with, do you think? Extracted brain in a jar? Computerized imprint of a mind scan? Weird black hole ghost?
Or maybe he's just a liar.
Honestly, Black Hole Ghost is the most reliable thing from what we've seen so far.
You're not wrong, and I really hate that.
I don't want it to be true, don't get me wrong. But I'm a little bit scared. Is this guy waking up or is he dead?
It's a dead fucking body that fell apart into like 90 different pieces
That's
when the
fair.
Republican threw it over its back like a trash item from Skyrim.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Throw it in the bathtub, it'll heal up.
So
Remoisturize.
They don't use Bacta in the Old Republic. They use Kolto.
Just dump it in the Kolto tank. We'll get us a second.
Okay, I just
Money for the.
You said Bacta, and I just heard throw it in the bathtub to moisturize it, and I was like, wow.
That's basically what we're proposing. Yeah.
It's not Ganon, guys. You can't just rehydrate it to life.
I mean, we have established that in Star Wars, you don't need to have a brain to, be the memory of the person. So,
yeah, you don't need your brain to be alive. Just have steelhead.
yeah.
Oh my god, I tried to explain steelhead to like the System Mastery Discord, and they just would not have it. They were just like, I don't understand. How is he the same guy if his head got cut off and he has a droid head? Is there a brain in the droid head? It's like, no. Guys, okay, you get your leg cut off, you get a peg leg. Count Dooku got his head cut off, and he got a peg leg for his head so he can see, hear, breathe, and taste. This is not complicated. It's like, but is he using his force power? It's like, no, he went to a prosthetic shop and got a prosthetic head. Do you think they had a head on hand if they didn't normally give out prosthetic heads? It's a prosthetic shop. It's the scene from Batman where the Joker looks at the mirror. He's like, mirror. I feel like there was just a missing part of that there. It just didn't jump the gap. Anyway.
It all makes sense.
But wait, what if you
plan?
stuck like Dooku's head on a droid body?
Now that's an
As
interesting
well.
thing. You should see. That's interesting. You should bring that up because that's going to come up in a couple seasons.
Of fucking course it is. Of course it is.
Don't worry, Holden. It matters directly to you.
No, not me. Thank God.
Hello there, Count Dooku. Roger, General Kenobi.
Oh my god. Anyway, so what are you guys up to? What's your plan in here? Are you going to do anything about the voice on the radio, or do you want to progress to the interesting setup for this room because you're trying to divert power and stuff?
Yeah, let's progress to that because I really don't want to deal with the black hole ghost yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. The Republicans' robot hand will get your attention and basically call 401km over because 401km's your tech specialist, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm not forgetting
More or
things.
less, yeah.
Okay.
Sure isn't me.
Yeah. This cryopod is still connected to the Proteus, and it looks like because the Republican has command level access to things, the Old Republic cryotech will actually interface with their suit and the neural implants that Old Republic commanders had and let them manage the ship's systems. There are problems with this, though. One, anyone who knows anything about what's going on is going to send people here to deal with that. And two, you guys will have to move on to the rest of the ship. You can't just stay here and guard him because the Republican will basically be trying to fuck shit up remotely for you as you progress through the ship.
So, wait, say that again?
Yeah, please. I missed some bits.
The Republican can install themselves in this pod and start messing with the ship's systems for you so that whatever's working against you doesn't have as good of a time. You will have to leave people here to defend him, and not PCs. You'll have to leave companions behind.
Ah, okay. I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah. Previously, there was a boss battle in this room with a Resident Evil plant monster, but we're moving so far past that.
That's fair. Well, I have a lot of NPCs. Does anybody else want to give up some NPCs?
I can give up an NPC if we need.
I don't know that I brought any.
I don't think you did.
It's been so long.
Honestly, I think it was just Steph that brought stuff. Unless, Pete, did you bring your Zillow Beast? Or the Rancor?
No, he bought his Rancor. I specifically remember he brought his Rancor.
Yeah, he did.
I'm glad it's come up in multiple scenes where a Rancor would be an obvious sight.
Well, we
'Cause
had
he
sick Rancor at the other PCs. That's what we were doing PvP.
Oh, God. All right. So, yeah, just tell me who you're leaving behind. Mark it off on your sheet or put on the scratch pad, like on the front page, so we know who's all there. And the Republican will log on in from the cryo casket here.
All right, I'll leave a bodyguard and a Mandalorian defender. Let's see. I'll just... I don't know where to put it. Where should I put it?
Just like at the top.
I have left a box of spiders behind.
He left a box of spiders behind.
And Pete, are you leaving the
That's
Rancor
what my
here?
character leaves.
Well, if you want some more people, sure, I can leave the Rancor.
You should probably leave people here because there's an unending wave of zombies that are constantly going to try to get in here and murder this dude.
I will leave Dread in here.
Ah, there we go. Boop, boop.
Roger, Captain.
All right. The Republican seals itself in the cryopod and gets plugged in, and power stops being routed funny in this place. Yeah, and they just kind of stop moving in the pod because they're now in the pod, and presumably whatever brain function they have is being used.
I like the whatever brain function they have. That's good.
I'm not too sure what brain function the Republican has, but it's currently occupied. It seems
Fair
like it's
enough.
more like a colony
Fair
of jellyfish than it is a dude.
Nice.
All right, low stakes. You dealt with the lab. You dealt with the lab. So, where did you want to go next?
Oh, necromancy.
Not the loot room. What was the other one?
Of course, why the loot room? That would only tell you what's happening.
No.
The
No,
security
we
nexus.
want to go to the security one, and then, because if we deactivate the security before we go to the loot room, we might get more loot. That was the logic.
Oh.
Yeah, and I also was supposed to be shooting you a bunch of times when you were heading up here too, and I didn't. So I'll remember that for this time. All right.
I mean, you already killer crocked us on our way up here.
Yeah, but you
And
should have
we
been taking
disabled
gunfire on
most-
top of it.
No, we're backtracking. We disabled the turrets through all the rooms we just moved through already, didn't we?
Fair enough. Republican tech, though, can be tricky, and they can, spawn more turrets and stuff because it's a video game.
I don't know. We should have left someone in the room so the things would respawn.
No, you make sure everyone's out of the room so it respawns so you can destroy them again for scrap and rare tech upgrades.
Rumble
And
the
the
Rancor.
XP.
Oh my god.
Tasty XP.
Yeah, the names were Zigzag the Zillow Beast and Rumble.
You also have Bumbles the Wampa.
Right, Bumbles.
I will accept Bumbles.
Yes.
Okay, so... And we're back. So, there was a short break, and the team is going to be going to the Relic Room, correct?
Sure.
Yeah, we decided to accelerate things.
Yeah. All right, so the Candarian Artifact Room. As you're moving through the ship, you start noticing that doors are sealing in front of you and opening in other areas. Lifts that are on turn off, and then, service accesses open as you're moving through. You're clearly being diverted, and every once in a while you see turrets power up, then power down, then power up again. There's clearly something happening in here. Your comms click on. It's Dash Rendar. Hey guys, there's something going on with the ship here. You know anything about that?
Just trying to make our way through, Dash.
Okay. It's getting hard to see where you are. You know what? And a door will open in front of you to a lift. Hey, why don't you try the lift immediately drops in front of you down to its lowest floor and detonates on impact? Why don't you try that lift I just opened?
We will, Dash. Thanks for the assist.
Huh. Okay. So you get to the Candarian Artifact Chamber. It's a large cylinder. Yeah, it's a large circular vault door that goes through a big fancy unlocking sequence, leading into a open concept room full of shelving and tables that have containment force field chambers in them, suspending artifacts within. Statues, occult bric-a-brac, bits and pieces of things, hieroglyphic slates, parts of the ship that the Zepho originally had their artifacts stored on, all that kind of stuff. And at the very back, in a security ray shield that's still active to this day, is what looks like a large zoetrope, something you put light in the middle of, and it has things on the outside that tells a story as you spin it with shadows on the wall. And it's on what looks like to be some sort of lockdown. And I'm just going to say, Zevin, you get and Shining Peaks, if the Force is directing you somewhere, it's that. There's something going on there.
I think this is what we're here for.
So
This doesn't look like a macrochlorian.
is the light in the center out?
Yep, and it's protected by a ray shield.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, ray shields, famously impermeable for the Force.
Oh,
Fair. All right, what do you do to turn off this ray shield and get access to the zoetrope?
Well-
do we want to access the zoetrope, or do we want to power up the zoetrope?
I feel like we
Either
need
you'll need
access
to
to it. To,
Get
yeah.
your hands on it and
To
see what it's all
access it.
about.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Does the ray shield seem to be connected to a power source?
It absolutely is. It's on an encrypted computer terminal with a backup power, and it looks like it's made to be redundant and whatnot. It's probably not made for being hacked up with a lightsaber.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Well, I could
Okay.
also try
All right.
hacking into it.
Oh,
Yeah,
if
you could.
must.
That would also that would also work if you want to slice it.
Speak softly, maybe?
It's not even a roll.
Okay. All right.
You
I
plug your
picture like
Stomp link in, and it powers off the ray shield. When the ray shield's powered off, the zoetrope, it seems made of like black metal that's matte, not reflective. It hovers slightly off of the non-gravitic plating it's under. Like, it's not floating because it's on like a display, it's floating under its own power. The centerpiece of the zoetrope itself seems to be like a gearing mechanism with, there's actually a slot in it for some sort of spherical object.
Put the ball in it.
All right. Fine. I'll put the orb in it.
Okay, the central unit.
We load a giant sphere of compacted spiders into the zoetrope.
God,
yeah,
you're gonna
that's clearly
learn
what they
about
wanted.
spider history.
Spider facts.
All right. Well, hilariously enough, the scientists who were researching this before they died horribly because of all the awful Event Horizon stuff that would eventually happen to them as they tried to come back to the Republic space, they never actually got this thing to work because they never had one of these things working. So you get the message. They didn't. All the light in the area is sort of dragged out and dims as if power's been cut. The orb in the middle goes dim and then lights up, and the zoetrope starts spinning, casting complicated, and more complicated than you think it should, shadows and images on the wall. And because we're stealing a little from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, this is the story you get. In the high age of the Zepho, they were essentially the rulers of the known universe. They were enormous, bird-like aliens with unfathomable power and knowledge of the Force. And they were, by and large, mostly tyrants. Force warlords and, dark pharaohs would rise up, conquer entire swaths of the galaxy, be deposed by their own, hubris and undoing. And this is all, displayed in very scratchy shadow work of, these giant bird-like aliens that look like the Chozo moving through their lives and their life cycles. While the smaller people underneath get kind of turned into gristle and chummed out in their wars. So a miracle eventually happens, the story tells, where the Zepho live long enough and go through their society enough times with these sort of catastrophes and these kind of breakdowns that they get over it. They realize something. They gain wisdom, actual wisdom. And their time as emperors stop. The last of their warlords are died off or exiled or killed and entombed, and the Zepho turn inward. They pull all of their resources out from the rest of the galaxy. They go into a central small empire, probably on their own home planet of Candar, and they meditate, and they think, and they contemplate, and they purify. And one day, they all get up, and they simply cast off their mortal forms. And it's depicted in this display as their bodies have the shadow melt off of them, leaving a sort of entirely light imprinted outline of them that ascends upward into the orb itself and then vanishes, while all the things they left behind stays on the ground of their planet, like a sickness, cast off blood and malice and hatred and spite and all the things that made them terrible. Stayed behind on their world and nourished something ancient that they left behind. They're demons. They're superstitious monsters fed on this, became powerful, and became strong enough that they were able to use their many small probing fingers to crack into the world and pull open just enough of a gap for some of them to pass through. And this is depicted as chthonic, catastrophic, spiteful demons just pouring into the world, cackling and laughing the entire time, poisoning the galaxy forevermore. And there are very quick images you all get different perspectives on, including 41KM. Whatever you would consider to be your culture's nemesis or your demonic figure, or for Zevin, brief flashes of that symbol that Imperial Mons from Star Wars A New Hope that the Empire uses, and a deep breathing sound behind you quickly move through your mind. And for Shining Peaks, it would be stuff related to Ghost Hand and that corrupting sort of tale they keep telling each other about demons. And I don't really have anything for spider people, Ian, so sorry. But you
That's
get that
okay.
same impression. Whatever Force traditions,
This giant fucking can of Raid.
That's what I
Yeah.
was about to say.
whatever traditions the Harch
Yeah,
have that
that's-
are Force based, their version of the dark side of the Force is represented here for you anyway.
I would actually think that like a whole race of spider people would actually probably get like pretty plenty darked out by like a giant race of like evil alien birds.
Yeah, I was gonna
Think of
say
it.
the birds
Right?
already are terrifying enough.
Yeah.
And that's actually really helpful because when the lights start to come back and the zoetrope is still spinning, there's still a shadow in the room hovering over the zoetrope, and it looks like an emaciated, mummified bird skeleton with all of its bones cracked and broken, dripping oil from it. Like it's constantly pouring oil out of its like eye holes and beak and its skeleton, coating it in a skin of evil. Because the
Oh.
zoetrope's a genie box, and you summoned up the genie, Armos. It's speaking to you in your mind. It doesn't have a big, scary, dark, I'm Armos, the monster voice, but it's there in your head. And whoever you hate, or whoever you fear, or whoever you think is wicked, is the voice they'll reverberate back in your mind with. So they are present. It's observing you.
All right. Are we
Anyone
also
wanna take a
here?
step
Is
forward
just
here?
a pregnant pause?
Is anyone going to jump in here? One person? You're killing
I'm
me,
not
guys.
blinking first. Fuck you.
Here,
Yeah.
Shining Peak approaches.
Oh, thank God, Peter.
It's your planet. Yeah, you do it.
I got to make a note.
It
Alright,
thinks
no,
it carries
check
his
it
back
twice.
away.
The
Say
giant
that
spear's
again,
like,
Peter.
This is becoming deeply uncomfortable. Say something.
Hello, who are you?
It's Armos, the skin of evil, what the Zepho left behind when they decided to leave this mortal world. It's a pissed off, hateful concentration of an entire enlightened race's dark urges and impulses, with abandonment issues. And you summoned it.
What? Sorry we've summoned you? Didn't know that this would happen?
It does not care. What do you want out of it? Get it to do something for you so it can go free.
Tell us of the things from the black hole.
Absolutely, it will tell you about the things from the black hole. Those fucking parasites. Before the Zepho, before the galaxy, there were these things. They fed on whatever the galaxy was before the galaxy was the galaxy and ruined it, made it miserable. So they were walled off in their own place where they could never get back in. When the Zepho shed their form and left, they left behind a concentrated material that these creatures were able to pour in and infect the world. Not all of them, though. Only a small amount of them at a time. They take turns feeding on their nectar. They call it pain and sorrow, or, if you've encountered before, Gorm and Boza. Their only objective, the only thing they want is to feed. They're just gluttons. They'll come into the galaxy, they'll make as much pain and suffering as possible and relish in it and nourish from it and spread from it. And you have one of those things in the basement of this ship right now.
Of course we do.
So this thing in the basement of the ship, it's been feeding on you guys since you got into here. It's probably been pulling memories out of your head too. It does that.
That's the thing claiming to be
Dash
the
Rendar.
Dash Rendar, yeah. Oh goodness.
In ages past, it had a name. A name was assigned to it to better constrain and control it and kind of be predictable about it by the Zepho, because they had to deal with these things when they snuck through every once in a while. So this thing comes from a single instance of these creatures from beyond pouring on through. The Zepho took that instance and distilled it down into a mirror. It's, matte black, opaque, you can't really see through it, and it's about as thick as a strand of hair. But even though it's shallow, it's deep enough to cause untold damage to the world you live in. And this creature was originally named after the planet Mustafar, because in the Zepho language, Mustafar means the thing that reflects your dread. And of course, that's been corrupted over time to be Mustafar, Mr. Fear. That would be the modern colloquialism for this creature. It's a mirror at the bottom of this ship, and it's been feeding on you. And it's going to probably try to kill you on command of the Lord Marshal, who's being possessed by these things and letting them into the world through him.
How do we destroy them, and how do we send them back?
You can't destroy them because you don't have that power. It even says specifically, like, you as in you people. You don't have the power to do it. You're not strong enough. You'd have to be more than you are, and you're just not. But if you kill the Lord Marshal and destroy his great work, it'll slam the door shut on them. Until the one that's currently out comes back anyway. And the one that's currently out predates all of this. The one that's currently out goes back, and it gives you a reckoning of about the Old Republic era. And it can hear the wheels turn in your head. No, you'll never catch the one that's currently out. It's much smarter and has had a lot more time to plan than you have. But you kill the Lord Marshal, you stop his plans, you can slam the door on the rest of them, and they can't get in.
We'll take that for now.
Oh, good. Do you have anything else for Armos?
Do we have anything else for Armos?
Don't think so.
What do you mean, any other questions? Oh.
Yeah.
I think they're all projection. None of them
Oh.
look use rails.
I'm sure. Excuse me. I'm sure I'll think of something in 10 minutes when I can't ask it anymore.
That's fine. We could always come back to it, and I can answer the question retroactively. But if you don't, Armos is going to escape, from here.
Is he one of those shadow creatures? Or is he
No.
just...
He's what's left off from the Zepho, or he's one of the things left behind by the Zepho. When the Zepho ascended, they basically threw off everything bad about themselves, everything toxic about them they left behind.
That seems like a bad thing to let loose.
All right, it'll make a deal with you. It doesn't really
Yeah.
feel like fighting you guys because you're a big pain in the ass and it has bigger fish to fry. So how about this? It'll help you fight Mr. Fear if you shut the fuck up and not make this hard for it to leave. This isn't me, Devin, being mad at you. This is how Armos communicates. It's an angry creature.
I'm gonna nod along with the terrifying giant bird.
Or you could not, and it might come back to bite you guys in the ass later. This is the toss-up here.
Yeah, Sicarius does not want to fight the giant bird.
You won't have to fight it right now.
definite. No, I'm
Because we
just
don't
saying,
time.
Sicarius does not want to fight this giant bird. He much rather prefers the concept of, let's have this thing fight with us, and then let's never talk about it again.
Zevin is sort of opposed to the notion of letting an embodiment of spite, malice, anger, stupidity, war, conflict, and aggression loose in the galaxy.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Seven on this one.
Well, we could always ask the Zephyr about what to do with whatever they left behind, because we'll be coming back to them after this adventure.
Yeah, sure. Ask the Zepho? Zepho?
Yep. Zepho.
The bird. The bird. I'm asking the bird what its purpose is.
It doesn't have a purpose. It was abandoned by the Zepho because they didn't want it because they thought it was disgusting, and then they ascended to the higher plane of existence they exist in.
What would it do if it gets out?
Whatever it wants to make itself happy because it's never been happy, because it doesn't have that inside of it. It's the entire cast-off of an entire species of space Chozo wizards.
Well,
Zevin had it right. Zevin had it right.
Strangely,
Oh, sorry.
it's strangely helpful for a being of pure spite.
That's the condition of it being in the zoetrope. You guys unlocked it. You guys get your monkey paw wish from it. It can't not do it, and that infuriates it because it doesn't like being enslaved. It loves enslaving others. It doesn't like being enslaved.
I give the Bifrost online.
But yeah, well, you'll probably go to...
Zevin was absolutely correct when he said, an entire species X, Y, and Z. That's exactly what this thing is. All of the warlordisms, the genocide, the dark side, force cult, suicide, black hole, nightmare shit the Zepho did engage in when they were, the empire that ruled all of known space, it's all in this thing. They left that all behind. They didn't work through their problems. They cut it out of themselves and ditched it.
Let's try an upgraded deal that we'll let it go free on the condition that it doesn't harm any other living or unliving thing through direct action or inaction.
It will agree to those extremely unfair terms that go against its nature if you give it one of your companions.
What, like forever?
Yeah, to like kill and eat. Give it a sacrifice to show that you're on its level, and it'll abide by the deal you just made.
Do we have anything that would let us cheat the deal? Let's look at our campaign.
We have so many spiders.
Oh yeah, spiders.
Spiders are still living things.
Spiders.
Yeah, it's not gonna go for pet spiders. It's talking like a person, so you guys can watch it kill that person because that's what it wants to do, always. Like, you guys want to sweeten the deal to the point where you're going to effectively neuter it, so it's going to make you do something awful to get that. It's a bad thing.
Well, we could just leave it here forever.
Yeah, you could.
I worry about leaving it here forever, as it's just going to get more and more angry, and someone's eventually going to set it free, or it's going to free itself, and then it's going to be real pissed off at us.
I do want to note that when the Zepho ascended, they were doing so into something that looked an awful goddamn lot like the orb there that we have.
That was more iconography. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, you know what? It'll sweeten the deal even more. You pull away that stupid fucking bullshit about it not being able to be a giant murder machine, and it'll tell you about the orb, because you probably don't know dick about the orb.
I have a better idea. How about we use the orb to bind it? Maybe even burn it out. The orb seems to have been pretty handy so far.
Do the orb ritual. Boop it with the orb.
Boop it with the orb.
You guys can exercise this thing with the orb in like a big bonus boss set piece, but you don't have to do it now. You can come back for it. And to kind of companion what Ian was saying about getting more and more pissed off, it has been around since, I don't know, before the Old Republic existed, more than 1,000 or 1,000,000 generations of time. It's not going to get appreciably more pissed off in like a couple of years or decades. You're not going to see that much of a diff.
I just meant like, I don't know, when you dangle something in front of someone, regardless of how pissed off they were before, they tend to get more pissed off after you start dangling things in front of them.
This thing is at 100% at all times, Ian. It's not going to. There is no such thing as 101%.
That's fair.
This is shithead Broly. Its piss off is maximum.
It's literally Armos, the skin of evil from Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's literally that. Look, the Zepho were wise and numinous and ascended to the to the greater force in the Ashla, but they also did it in one of the lazier ways.
All right, well, I'm definitely not letting the fucker that fridged Tasha Yar out. Not now that I know that. No.
Avenge Denise Crosby.
Yeah, that's our new objective for the episode.
That's your new arc: 100 years, Zevendray avenging Denise Crosby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so if you guys don't want to deal with Armos,
Wait. Did you say feed it a companion or someone I have a bond with?
I mean, feed it a person so it can make you watch it brutally murder them in front of you.
Oh, well, goddammit, because I have a bond with the Overlord.
Yeah, this isn't like a mechanical trick. If you guys want to, quote unquote, not be a big murder machine, it wants to murder someone in front of you to seal the deal. Just so it knows it could bring you down to its level.
It can eat my ass.
No, it is you who must nibble its cloaca.
Well,
Thank you for setting that up, Holden.
All right, I tell you what. Here's the deal. Issue you a challenge. You clear this, you go free. You don't, you're stuck in there forever, and you can't hurt anyone.
What's the challenge?
Say the name of the part of the ship we just came from correctly.
You piece of shit, Holden. Give me something Also, I want to point out, you would have fucked yourself real hard because the virology lab is not part of the ship.
Oh, God, I'm lightheaded.
You would have turbo fucked yourself on that one.
Anyway.
So yeah, this is the yes or no. You can deal with Armos and go through a bunch of little fucking things with it to try and get it to give you what it wants, and it will mess with the Mr. Fear in the fight you're about to go into in a pretty advantageous way. Or you could just leave it here and come back for it later. But you don't have to do a fight with it now. That would just be a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not feeding this thing anybody, and I'm not making a deal with, like, absolute evil.
Let's just deal with it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the pause on Atmos.
Alrighty. So Armos is super pissed, as it will always be, because it didn't get anything that it wants, which it always wants. And I'm assuming you take the orb back, and it just kind of seeps back into the zoetrope, remembering this.
That's nice.
Oh, fun.
All right. So all that's left is for you guys to be contacted over the intercom. Hey, guys.
Mhm.
You there?
Hello.
Yeah, I couldn't help but
Hello.
notice you're in the treasury, eh?
That is correct. We were trying to get some technology working.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Eat any good books lately?
Hello, Dash.
Oh, yeah, books are delicious. What's your favorite type of book to eat?
Uh-huh, yeah, it's certainly not talking to people you shouldn't be talking to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never talk to people we don't talk to.
What do you mean? There wasn't any person here.
Uh-huh. I have a feeling you guys are lying to me. But that's okay. It wasn't a very good lie to begin with that I was throwing at you, right? You'd have figured that one out eventually. So how about this? I'm outside the room you're in. Why don't we have a conversation about your future? Well, let's have a conversation about your future. But first we'll have a conversation about your present. And then I'm going to show you a conversation about what's going to happen after you're dead.
Sure.
We can agree to those terms.
Yeah, I'm much more reasonable than Armos. You shouldn't be talking to that thing. It's filthy.
Afraid of it, are you?
As afraid of it as a plant is to fertilizer. Come now. I can't wait. I have such sights to show you.
So we open this by breaking the door into it, or something like that. Just kick
Yeah,
it.
go for it. Do it.
It's interesting, you know. It seemed like he could hear us having a discussion with the thing in the zoetrope over there, but I don't know that he could hear anything it said.
Or
These
maybe you'd
creatures-
assume that, we'd activate the zoetrope, because of course we would.
These creatures do not seem to operate by natural physics.
Mm-hmm.
So, we ready to dive into the boss battle as we leave the Zelda dungeon?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, Pete, what are you doing to that door?
I just, smash it, outwards, I guess, and hopefully hit the thing on the other side somewhere.
All right, if we were in person and I had my soundtrack, this is when I put on some kick-ass, cool, awesome music that would be totally fitting this, but that died when COVID happened. So instead, let's just transition to the cool set piece. You blow the doors open, and as you do, you can hear Armos talking in all of your heads that you'll be sorry. As your ears are flooded with the sound of CIS capital ship klaxons, the type that the Separatist warships have, as you are on board a Separatist command ship. The door you just blew open kills like 50 battle droids. They just go spiraling everywhere. A bunch of like destroyer droids get crushed. The door clatters onto the floor, and you're on a capital ship. You can see out of the windows because there are windows everywhere. You're above Coruscant. There's a fleet above Coruscant, bombing Coruscant. A Republic fleet is in combat with it. There are dogfights going on. This is the opening to Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Which you guys don't know about because it hasn't happened for you yet. So, yeah, droids are going to start shooting at you a lot.
Pew, 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 pew.
I step up and start doing the deflector dance.
Awesome. Who else is up?
I am hidden in a vent so that I can emerge when needed.
CIS ships, infamous for their man-spider-sized vents.
Yep. I gotta say, the CIS didn't build ships. The ships weren't built specifically for droids. They just took existing designs and gave them to droids. No one did a lot of R&D here to cut down on costs.
I wonder, on Heart ships, is the command bridge just in the vents?
It's just nothing but vents.
Yeah.
Vents and spider webs.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, so droids are opening fire at you. Somebody needs to start taking action to stop you guys from getting shot to death by droids.
I am also going to have my slightly smaller army lay down covering fire.
Excellent.
All right, and I'm running interference, protecting the group.
All right, so someone has to do an overcome then.
That would be me.
Go for it.
Beth, you're typing furiously.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Got a 10.
All right, perfect. You're able to redirect the shots instantly. You catch them with the force, bounce them around the group. Swing your lightsaber, deflect into a bunch of droids. They die super simple. Who is up next for actions? Who's going to take point? What are you doing? What is the context of what you're up to right now? Before I respond.
So there's a small army of droids, and what's behind the army of droids?
More droids. You're on a CIS capital ship. You can hear orbital bombardment and destruction. You can see ships fly by and explode. You can see every once in a while, actual droids are floating out there. You see Republic ships coming by. One Republic cruiser, suicide runs into one of the CIS battleships. It's a whole thing. Judging from how this
battle going on in the background?
Yes. You are in orbit over Coruscant, the capital of the Republic. And the Separatists, the bad guys, are bombing Coruscant, and the Republic is here defending the attack.
Coruscant is in the Strait of Messina?
No.
This is an illusion. We're in an illusion.
Okay.
I mean, you can believe that if you want, but this is the opening to Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay. I thought you were...
You are on the capital ship.
Okay.
Question?
Yeah.
Question? Is there any... what here is on the bridge other than just a shitload of battle droids shooting at us?
Oh, you're not on the bridge. You're in a part of the ship, and you can see windows and shit everywhere. You don't know where you are on this ship unless you're some sort of Republic soldier with knowledge of CIS ship layouts. All right. You guys start...
Okay.
I asked because I have survival, which means I can either heal harm or basically having done a successful overwhelm, I can also drop an automatic 7/9 to get away.
Yeah,
figure out if there's any technical use for that.
Yeah, getting away from this mass of droids to a different part of the ship, a more useful part of the ship, maybe.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to bring KM with me.
Okay.
Since I figure Shining Peak is probably in her element, smashing the shit out of a small army of droids.
Okay.
And Sicarius is in the vents, so...
Sicarius is in play somewhere.
All right. I'm going to fast zip out of there. taking KM. We're going to try and find the bridge. Seize
Okay.
control the ship.
Scene swipe, you get to the bridge. This ship does not match CIS patterns you're familiar with until you really rack your brain, because it does seem something seems off, and you realize the layout for this vessel is the Malevolence, which was a prototype separatist capital ship that could knock out other capital ships with some sort of advanced EMP technology, which was supposed to have been destroyed years ago at like the start of the war. And yeah, as you burst onto the bridge, there are 4 Magnaguard battle droids with like those bow staffs, and turning around in a cape bigger than you'd expect, made of tank-like material, is General Grievous, the droid general. Now, Holden, 7 is Force sensitive. That's not General Grievous. That's some sort of monster. Not who I was expecting, but another addition to my collection nonetheless. And he'll get up and start approaching with his talon-like feet slamming into the bulkheads as he, advances.
Is this really your idea of striking fear into our hearts?
Oh, please, Jedi.
Battle in this endless war?
Oh, please, Jedi. I wouldn't bring you to a battle in this war. I brought you to the last battle in this war. It wasn't your fear I'm feeding on. I'm feeding on the fear of every single person you ever encountered who suffered in this war. And it's a rich banquet. You might be made of sterner stuff, Jedi, but not the people you defend.
Really? Because that seems like a very long reach for something that has to play mind games from the bottom of a crashed ship.
Small creatures are incapable of seeing the big picture. Again, still advancing. He's coming to kill you, dog.
Oh, lightsaber up.
Yeah, so does he. Does the whole arm thing, takes off his cloak, splits, and just is coming at you at top speed. So I am telegraphing some shit coming your way. You and 41KM
good trick.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to use my sensors to scan the surroundings, since this is an illusion.
All right, I'm going to tell you
And I
straight
know
away on the
that we're
character
not
stuff.
Yeah.
This is not an illusion. You are actually here in whatever this scene is, and this is real. You can die here. These people exist.
Okay, good to know.
You're not in a holodeck. You're not like stumbling around in a big empty room. You're here, dog.
Okay, duly noted. Well, again, fire away. And all of my guys start firing at him.
Sure thing. So you're going to use Bonds of Servitude to get advantage. Who's going to capitalize on that?
I believe probably... Wait a second. Is this thing a threat to the world?
Absolutely it is.
Ah, shit.
Yep.
Pay a price, dog.
Well, I believe I'll capitalize on it then, and
Okay, go for it.
lay into
Describe
my
what's
lightsaber.
happening.
You know? Ian, do you have a plan, or just kind of waiting for...
I'm waiting. I can do something like given a chance, but I don't know if you want me to do anything now. Actually, now probably is a good time if you want me to go first.
I mean, I'm just trying not to, step on all your cues is all.
Nope, you're good. But I can go now. Like Kim set up a advantage, so I can roll against it and try and hit it, and then that'll give you a possible advantage to try and hit it afterwards to do the final blow.
Yep, that works.
If you want.
That works.
Okay. Then Sicarius is going to pop out of a vent, guns ablazing, and try and shoot this thing because he's got the drop on it.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Pay a price.
So that's fair. I will pay. Destroy one of my gear. It's lost until I recover. And I will do this. There we go. Okay. And that will be an 8.
Excellent. Yeah. So your shot. What you're shooting at? You were saying with your gun.
Yeah.
All right, you fire on Grievous. Grievous deflects your shots with his lightsabers and redirects his attack so it also now includes you and just dives into the three of you, because he can do this, by the way, and just digs into you with lightsabers. All three of you take damage.
Oof. Did he take damage from
Nope.
that? Or
Not even a little.
no? Oh, great. Okay. All three of us take damage.
Ouch.
Great.
Good, which lets
Oh,
Mr. Fear forge a bond with the three of you.
Actually, yeah.
Well, he doesn't with me because I can shunt the damage.
Oh, fair enough. Whoever does take damage, burn a bond with someone.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh. Okay.
And I will grab
Any-
Anyone or specifically another player?
anyone. This
Mortaine's
time.
almost.
That was the kind of, because you took a bunch of damage from Mr. Fear previously, but instead of me saying like, hey, arbitrarily lose 3 or 4 bonds, I'm just like, take one, but make it a player. That's what I was going for. That was kind of a compromise from
Okay,
forgetting
okay.
from. Yeah, I felt that was a fair compromise for that.
Yeah,
And-
that's fair enough.
I'm going to ditch the Zelda dungeon and the guides, because that should be fine. You gave enough protection. And I'm going to drop in Mr. Fear. So,
All right, let's see how this guy works.
you'll want to draw your attention to weak point and use the key. Mr. Fear can't really be hurt until you use the fucking orb on him to peel off his invulnerabilities as a boss battle, just like in Legend of Zelda.
Okay, well, I will in that case try and hold the damn things. Immediately saying that this thing is like got strength beyond just mere physical speed and skill.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and, instead of striking the wound, I'm going to try and keep it busy long enough for Kim to Alan wake it.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's literally keep it busy.
Okay. And yeah, that'd be keeping busy. You're right. And Ian, do you have an idea as well that you're going to do?
I will be doing something, but I'm going to wait for it to move first because my things are in reaction to while it has the spotlight.
All right. Well, while you guys are in the middle of this, let's move to Shining Peaks. Shining Peaks, you were still fighting those droids, right?
Yeah, that's where they left me. So yes.
Okay. Well, as that's happening, you hear a commotion coming from the other end of the droid swarm, as a lot of those droids are dying too, as 2 Jedi run on in, lightsabers drawn, and are just cutting their way through here, and are arguing with each other along the way about which way they have to go when they see you. Excuse me. I don't know you.
Hi. I don't know you either.
General Kenobi of the Galactic Republic Army. And this is my Padawan, Jedi Knight, Anakin Skywalker. Anakin waves. The Chancellor of...
Ghost Hand.
Ghost... Anakin, it's Ghost Hand, remember? Yes, Master, I remember the Ghost Hand incident. Excellent. The Chancellor's been kidnapped by General Grievous and the Separatists. We have to get to where he's being held to save him, or else all of democracy will fall immediately.
Huh. That sounds important. I don't know where that is, but I can help you, I guess.
All right, you go and join Anakin and Obi-Wan. Perfect.
Huzzah.
That's where you need to be.
That's where I belong.
All right, you
Okay,
get to the elevator, and Anakin's like, wait, so you're from Nelvan?
Yes.
Heh.
We're just in the state of Messina, but something happened and now we're here.
Something happened? What do you mean something happened?
We're confronting with something called Mr. Fear or Mustafar, and we were on the old Proteus ship, and now we're here. We're not necessarily Messina now, are we?
You're above Coruscant, my friend, and Mustafar. That was the planet where those younglings were kidnapped to.
Well, the thing is named after Mustafar. The word from the old Zephyr thing is complicated.
Anakin kind of speaks over you a bit. How did you get on this ship from Nelvan? Why are you on a separatist vessel in the siege of Coruscant? And Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, calm down. She's clearly a friend.
Well,
But Anakin's question stands.
Well, I started explaining, what we went through with the
long elevator ride.
Yes.
All right, long elevator ride. We'll skip back to you once you get to where Count Dooku and the Senate and Chancellor Palpatine is.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you when you get to them. All right. So here we are, back with General Grievous. What are you guys up to?
I rolled a 10 to keep him busy.
Okay, Grievous slams down on you with the force of his droid monstrosity, and you're just holding the line as he's just wailing at you. Can't you hear it, Jedi? Can't you hear the fall of your empire? Can't you see the sun setting? It's going to be glorious. Everything you fought for is going to fall apart.
All I hear is desperation.
As General Grievous is talking, my trap is going to activate, and he's just going to get shot.
Bang bang.
That's how my trap activates. It's great. He just takes the damage and gets shot.
As you shoot,
I spend a web for it.
Okay. So here's how that's going to go down. Because I forged a bond with you when I damaged you, but not him. Great. I'm going to Heart of Iron that shit super hard because this is a general. Remember generals, guys?
Oh, yeah.
So Zevin says, all I hear is sound of desperation. Grievous responds, and soon you'll be surrounded by dead friends. And pivots on his droid chassis and with all four lightsabers, stabs Sicarius, pulls the lightsabers out, spins his arms around, and kicks him out into space through a hole in the bulkhead, separating the group.
Oh no.
So, before you go out into space with Heart of Iron and twist the knife, here's what I want to throw your way. Mm-hmm. You can either pay a price, stand down and get out of the way, or completely focus on attacking him, and either way you're going to suffer a hard cut. So you can...
I'm going to take a damage no matter what, basically.
Oh, no.
Which is...
You're going to be separated into space, is what the plan here is.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. I get more damage.
I have valuable silk goods, which are tagged useful. So I'm going to lasso style try to throw one to him.
We're not
as
there.
Soon as he starts.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
Because Ian has to make a decision.
Okay.
I do want to, if possible, I would like to damage him.
You're not going to be able to do that. It's literally impossible till Steph pulls off her Alan Wake shit.
Okay. Then I would like to stay in the room if possible. Sicarius is going to do what he can to stay here.
Stay in the room? I could give you stay in the room. I'll change up my cut. So, are you going to stand down, or are you going to focus fire, keep attacking him?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like standing down would be like getting out of the room, and focus fire was staying in. Yes, sorry. I'm focusing fire.
Okay. But you would prefer to stay. Well, let's see what kind of cuts I got that I can throw at you other than preferring to stay.
No. You can throw the cut that I'm leaving. I just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hard cut. Yeah. You're booted out into space, and there's a hole in the bulkhead that goes over with a force field. And again, hard cut, so it just happens to you. Also, pay that price for trying to confront Grievous. You all have to do that every time you try to use a move against them, including keep them busy.
Crap. Yeah, I forgot to do that.
I'm gonna... Ooh...
Oh, and yeah, Grievous has to stay his attention on you. So when you get booted out, Grievous, like a spider, crawls out after you. Also, you took a...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to suffer a setback losing progress because obviously I'm not in the room anymore.
And neither is Grievous because he's following you out into space.
Yep. Yeah.
Which means, Holden and Steph, you're going to have to deal with those Magna Guard droids because they're going to advance on you.
Well, how the hell did I keep him busy?
You did up until Ian acted and I got to twist the knife.
Yeah,
which
like a
was-
whole quarter of a second.
That's how it flows. I'm not quite sure exactly how the order of operations are supposed to work.
I don't know. I feel like I got absolutely jack squat nothing out of that move.
Well,
I
I
think
think Embassy, which gave him an advantage, but Heart of Iron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Heart
it's
of
because
Iron.
my move. Oh,
Heart of
sorry,
Iron
go ahead.
automatically steals the spotlight and lets the general take over. It's not something that happens often because it's something only the Overlord and the general can do. So in 90% of the other cases, your whole kept them busy would have, done something. But I had a bond with Ian that I was able to immediately burn to draw my attention on him.
Yeah, and then I shouldn't normally have been able to act there, but because I'm the World Weaver, I act on other people's spotlights.
Oh my god, really?
So, yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
like you should have kept him busy, and then Kim would have orbed, and that would have been the general progress. But because I have the act on other people's spotlights, I was like, I can give Kim advantage as well as you keeping them busy. But then it backfired because he had the bond, and so it spiraled out of control.
Okay.
Versus just going in a
As far as I've been able to kind of
I
pick
see.
up from these confusions we have is there's a lot of abstracted narrative momentum and currency in Fellowship that these sort of moves and abilities represent that we're just not totally tuned into. Like Heart of Iron changes the rhythm into Twist the Knife, but then Ian has all these weird on other people's spotlights, and then like it looks like there's a lot of like trade-offs of resources happening in the background for like narrative positioning purposes.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, because
That's
this
true.
actually does give me a chance to hold off the Magna Guard, which I need to
Actually-
do so that I can heal my damaged sense, because I see that he absolutely fucks people whose sense is damaged.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I
So,
am
This works out for me.
super damaged. By the way, I only have
yeah.
courage left.
Oh,
I
no.
only have courage.
How long do you need to heal your sense stat? 7?
All I need to do is succeed at an overwhelm, and survival will kick in and let me heal.
Because I was thinking about telling Zevon to brace himself and blowing the Magna robots out the now open hull, and also giving Sicarius a way back in.
I think the hull auto sealed behind him.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
like
I was
force
gonna
field.
plug in and turn off the force field right there for a few
Exactly
minutes.
like in the movie.
I think our top priority is getting this guy's complete invulnerability down, because he can deal horrific amounts of damage.
Yeah.
And
You
as-
can't do anything to him until you orb him.
And as Holden was bringing up, anyone with a damaged sense cannot defend themselves against this entity's cuts.
Oh
Um.
no.
Well, how do we get him back inside without Sicarius?
If
He
only.
hasn't left yet. He's just departing.
Floating into space with the robot climbing after him.
The orb is a ranged weapon now.
Oh shit, that's right! I can zap him!
The orb is the only thing that'll take away his invulnerability frames.
Fine, I zap him with the orb, because I totally forgot it's a laser now.
The orb is a deadly laser. Okay, so use the key. To overcome
And I'm
second
holding
injury.
off the Magna dickhead droids.
Okay, so you have to use the key to overcome its attacks or to keep them busy to make it temporarily vulnerable so another character can finish them, not the one with the orb.
Okay.
Oh, shit. And its cuts apply equally to everyone. Right, because it's giant. So everyone goes out into space.
Ah!
What?
It's a triple threat. That's its last power. Its cuts apply equally to everyone.
You're fighting a shining peak.
Okay, well, there goes the Magna robots.
Yeah.
Next idea then. Shit.
So I
And
think
also, what do you think?
I think everyone just got blown out into space, is what I think.
Yep.
Well, the
Yep.
good news is that one of us doesn't have to breathe out here.
And that one brought a rope.
I technically have some of that spider silk
I have
too.
I still haven't used mine. Yeah, I've got
And
plenty of rope.
you don't even need to use that because I just technically have unlimited spider rope at all times. That's just one of my
Well-
character's things.
Well, you can shoot some spider silk back at the hull and pull us back towards the ship.
Yes, that was my goal. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Are you
So
too?
I'm gonna.
Are you too damaged? Is Sicarius too damaged to do that?
no, I should be able to Spider-Man you guys back into the ship, I think.
Solid.
Yep. I mean, unless Devin wants to throw something to stop me from doing that, but
No.
I
Try
should
to
be able to just do it.
try to Spider-Man people. Grievous is standing on the ship's hull, waiting for you guys to try to get back to the ship so we can start stabbing and murdering you again, laughing and cackling the whole time because you can hear sounds in space.
Of course you can.
Excellent. I attempt to Spider-Man the group back into the ship.
Okay, Grievous is going to walk over to where your threads are and wait for you to get into range.
While he's doing that, I'm going to zap him with the orb.
Oh, okay. So he's getting ready to murder you guys, which means Steph, you're going to try and what? Keep him busy or overcome? The overcome would be Grievous is getting ready to batter up and ginsu you guys when you get close.
What is the difference in the two?
Keeping them busy
Or
will
what
make
is the
Grievous
re-
focus on you exclusively. Overcome will stop that batter up attack from coming down the pipe.
You know what? I guess I'll keep them busy.
Okay. Go for it.
That would be an 8 because I'm rolling with blood.
Yeah.
Courage.
Overcome is with blood, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
But
8.
she said you were keeping them busy.
Oh, shit.
courage.
I can't remember anything anymore. Oh, let
I'll
me go
just
to the
go with
character
8.
sheet. Keep him busy is courage, overcome is blood.
Yeah, it's still an 8.
All right. So I think you were saying you were keeping them busy. That's what we decided on.
Yes. Although he'll
Okay.
probably focus on me anyway once I zap him with the laser.
All right. So you blast him with the deadlight from the orb, which makes Grievous back off and look angry for a moment as his form distorts and shifts a bit, leaving him quite vulnerable if someone can get advantage and finish him. So who wants to try and queue up advantage and who wants to queue up finish them? It can't be Steph.
I can queue up advantage potentially.
Do it.
I'll use keep them busy and basically just start throwing webs around him, trying to distract him and keep his eyes on me and Steph, or me and Kim instead of on Zevin, so Zevin can come in.
Oh, also, Steph, you had to pay a bond for acting against the Overlord, and Ian, you have to pay a price. Or sorry, you both have to pay prices for acting against the Overlord.
Yeah. So you go first, and then I'll go. I'm gonna. Who has the most health out of you two?
I do.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna damage a bond with
Okay.
you,
All right.
and
Oh, go ahead and hurt me. I can't die. I don't care.
I can't die.
okay, then I'll you can take a hit there, Zevin.
All right.
And
Dokes.
I'm losing a weapon, so I'll get rid of the bear trap that I'm carrying.
7.
Perfect.
And I'm rolling keep them busy, which is courage. And because obviously... Oh, really quick. Oh no, I do have courage still. Oh, thank God. That's a 9. That is a 9.
All right.
Thank
Another 9
God.
and keep him busy. Not that bad. They're
Yep.
going to retaliate against both of you. Okay, so you, Sicarius and 41KM in this chaotic melee with the General Grievous, you basically are keeping him distracted and off his feet enough for Zevin to...
Grab onto one of those ropes, yank, and fire myself back down to the ship and try and cut this fucker in half with my lightsaber.
Perfect. Let's see how that
Nice.
plays out. While you're rolling, I'm going to cut back to Shining Peaks. Okay, so you explained the basic premise of the story so far to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah, and then I kicked that door in, and then we got here.
Yeah, so as the elevator reaches where Supreme Chancellor Palpatine is being held captive by Count Dooku, you can see down where the bridge of the Malevolence is, because you're on the Malevolence, that on the bridge, all of your friends are outside fighting General Grievous in a Spider-Man fight.
Oh, and there's the rest of our group. Hi, guys.
Wait, so you were transported here after you got into a fight with a ghost on a ship? What does that mean? Anakin says.
I'm not sure what that means, but I think we're just rolling with it.
Just rolling with it. So were you teleported here?
Seems that way.
Huh. Anakin, you're asking too many questions just to go with it. We'll have to deal with Grievous after we rescue the Chancellor. Anakin's just kind of sitting, like, it's kind of just staring down, like rubbing his chin, basically thinking. The door opens up, as you said, Pete, and yeah, there, sitting on a throne, looking into the room, is Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, and he's just hanging out. He's like, Master Jedi, you've come here to save me. Excellent. And a Nelvanian. That's also fine.
Hello, I think I know you.
Oh, that's the Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Republic.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes, charmed, I'm sure. We have to be quick, though. Dooku will be back at any... And then Dooku walks in. Moment. Are you ready to get into a big fucking fight with Count Dooku?
Sure, why not? Is he also General?
No, he's nothing. Do you want to easily stomp him?
Oh, sure thing.
All right, so a curb stomp battle will ensue. This is going a lot easier for you than it's going for the other gang. Dooku's all like...
Guys.
Dooku's like twice the pride, and then you guys just start wailing on him and pushing him back, and he has one lightsaber. He's dealing with 3 people who have a lot of aggression. In short work, you put him on the defensive, break his posture, get him out of his stance, and Anakin beheads and dehands him. Anakin, what did you do? We could have taken him in. No, Master Jedi, he was too dangerous to be kept alive. He's a Sith Lord, after all. How do you know what a Sith Lord is, Supreme Chancellor? Anyway, an argument's going to start ensuing while people start yelling at each other. Anakin's just looking at the dead Count Dooku, looking at you, looking out the window. And he's just thinking. Anyway, we'll cut back to the Grievous fight.
I rolled a 14!
Woo!
Oh my god, you cut right through him and bisect him. Like, he falls in half.
Well, the question is, do you have any bonds with the Overlord still?
I actually do.
Oh no. Oh yeah, we'll get there. We're fine. No, you cut this asshole in half. Anyway, the scene shifts. You're on Coruscant. As we go into Phase 2. Let me just mark off that stat. Yeah, you destroyed his use the key.
I thought that destroyed weak point.
Oh, did it destroy weak point? A moment. You can only 10, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's the one you used. Sorry. You need to blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, good. We're there.
I
We're
mean,
there.
I'm willing to get both of them, but
No, I use the key. I believe is permanently damaged. Like you did it when Steph did the thing. Use the key got damaged. Then when you did it, weak point got damaged. I just misspoke because I got them mixed up in my head.
oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
All right, you're on Coruscant now. All of you, including Peter. He's right there beside you. He always was. It's the Jedi Temple in front of you. It's on fire. Coruscant's on fire. The skyscrapers are all shattered. Buildings are burning. There's a fleet in orbit. It's not a separatist fleet. It's the Necromonger Horde. Their capital ship, the Lord Marshal's capital ship, which looks like a giant fossilized space whale covered in ship parts, is above the planet, raining down necromongers and zombies onto the surface. It's a big fucking nightmare, and there's like dead Jedi everywhere, and flames, dead clones, destroyed battle droids. It's a huge problem.
My God. Well, they don't actually say that. They don't have that in Star Wars. Fuck. It
It's
starts
fine.
setting specific oath here.
My force.
No.
By the goddesses.
No.
Midichlorian.
I'll kill you.
I choose
What was
to
the
be
question?
called the dark side and kill you for making that reference. All right.
The
This is the
triad.
scene ahead of you.
Ah. Dun, dun, dun.
Also, Peter, that was exactly what I almost did.
Right. Okay, dead air. There we go. Okay. So Horde of zombies is going to start flooding against you guys, like a giant fucking army of them.
I'm going to run for the temple.
There we go. Perfect.
I'll do a big, huge force push to shove them all back.
Excellent.
To protect the group while they book it.
Perfect. All right. Are you all basically going to reconvene in the burning temple?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
perfect. The temple is a mess. The archives have fallen and shattered on the ground. Statues have been scored by blaster fire and have just been pulverized. The learning annexes have been, crushed. Ships have crashed into them. There's dead Jedi everywhere. It's like someone, just absolutely unloaded a wool cloak warehouse in here and filled it full of corpses and mannequins. Big problem. Yeah, Devin, enjoy seeing everyone you've ever known and everyone you've ever cared about just fucking being murdered. Oh, also all of Coruscant. It's just all here. So I'm going to count this, by the way, as one of the general's moves, which is, showing you visions of horror to do damage to you. Because the forbidden knowledge it's showing you is the future. So everyone take a damage from trauma.
My sense is fucked up, so I can't do anything about that.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I have taken all of the damage.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh.
I don't think that means you can be killed.
Okay. I don't know what that means. We've never gotten this far in Fellowship.
It's never happened before. One moment. What happens when all of your stats are damaged and you take further damage? You're taken out. So you only got to take one more
Okay.
move tap, and you drop. So
Fair
get
enough.
healed. Someone with healing magic.
Yep.
Well, this is a new scene. I do have my healing, light ready, so I just, heal you for one, damage.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Whoop.
Boop, boop, boop.
Perfect.
So everyone took that damage, which caused a bond to break because Mr. Fear.
All right, bond breaking.
I'm also healing one of Sicarius's wounds. I'm handing him
Yay.
a stack of cash and I feel better.
Aw, thanks.
Monetary reimbursement
what I
makes you feel better.
Just what I needed. Now I can pay the healthcare system.
So yeah, the zombie swarm is not entering the temple. They're more buffering it so you guys don't try to leave as the crowd parts and a 13-foot tall death metal skeleton approaches, and he looks super different from the last time you saw him. His body's all contorted and twisted up like he's gone through mutations. His faceplate made of bone now splits open like it's breathing every once in a while, like the Demogorgon or some sort of like alien maw that seals up perfectly to be a face. There are multiple sets of arms. It basically looks like No Face, but No Face is heavily mutated from Spirited Away. But 13-foot tall death metal skeleton, necromonger, Chronicles of Riddick monster. Yeah, the Lord Marshal approaches the temple, walking on in, and I'm going to let you know this is Mr. Fear doing a bit. But I told you, Zevin. I told you you'd be surrounded by your dead friends and family, and you were flippant.
Devin takes a moment to center himself.
What do you think this is, Jedi? You think this is a mind trick, an illusion, something made to make you feel despair so you fall? No. No. My power comes from fear, and the best type of fear is derived from truth. Fatality, mortality, the end of life, inevitability. This is fear, Zevin. This is your future.
This is sad.
Oh, you're going to be a big piece of shit about this. All right.
Can I break in with a one-liner?
Yes, please do.
All right. I say fear this and fire my orb at him.
Oh my god.
Ooh, okay.
Absolutely.
We're cutting past the repartee. All right.
What are you invoking here, Steph? Is this keep him busy, overcome?
Is there any way, what move can I use that uses something besides blood or courage?
A lot of them. Let me see here. So, getaway is grace. Talk sense is grace, sense, or wisdom.
Look closely.
Look closely is sense. Speak softly is wisdom. That kind of stuff.
Well, maybe you could look closely as you're, flashing him, so you can examine his weaknesses and so on. The situation.
Okay, what move can I use justifiably in this scenario that uses something besides blood or courage?
Any? Well,
probably
you can speak softly because
I think if you look closely to try and find his weakness to give someone else advantage, that would be helpful.
Okay, then that's what I do.
All right, roll it.
All right, that would be 11.
Perfect. You have 3 questions you can ask me. They don't really have to be from the list, but the list is a good guideline. I think is what we've been doing. So, what do you want from me?
Question number 1. Is this actually an illusion? So you can just taunt him that it is.
Yeah. Is this actually an illusion?
As far as you're able to perceive, no, it is not an illusion. In and out of character. On some fundamental level, what you are experiencing is a real, distorted version of reality.
What are his?
He's showing us the prequels.
Yeah, that seems like it would inflict damage. Yeah.
And you're trying to face
weaknesses.
What are his weaknesses?
What are his weaknesses? Yeah.
Okay. The orb and being stabbed is the flippant answer. But observing, and because you're more comfortable using the orb in its new configuration, you can basically position the light and yourself in such a way to leave him in a blind spot that one of the other party members can take advantage of. So I will give you advantage on that second question.
Okay. Awesome.
Third one.
And I will step on the third one.
Is something hidden or out of place? That'd be great.
Yeah, it's something hidden or out of place.
Anakin Skywalker is charging up behind you, lightsaber drawn, about to get into a fight.
With us or with him?
Yes.
The Overlord.
Yes.
He's wearing a deeper mascara, so you know.
No, he isn't. No. He looks exactly like he looked on the Malevolence.
Yeah. Different Anakin.
Okay. Well, I step to the side, trying to blind the Overlord, and duck.
Okay. That's a good move. All right, so there's advantage in play, and Anakin is going to come up once someone tries to act against the Overlord. So, someone who wants to pick it up from here?
I'll do it.
I get,
Oh, I'm sorry.
well,
Pete
we
spoke
can always,
first.
do it together.
Hey, I like that.
Hey!
Finish
Yeah.
them with advantage.
Hell
There
yeah.
you go.
All right, at that point, I'm going to
Okay.
burn that last bond I have with Zevin to, steal from you guys, take away your victory. The thing I can do as the general.
Do it.
It's
Do
all
it.
good with you guys, right? All right.
Question
Yeah.
before you do that. I have
Sure.
a bond with the Overlord, and I've had it for like 4 months, and I have completely forgotten what I can fucking do with it.
Oh, okay. So, Heart of Fire. When a player has a bond with your name in it, and this counts for the general, you do not become their companion, but it still holds sway over you. You may erase that bond with you at any time to buy themselves reprieve. They choose one. You will show them mercy, tell them something valuable, or ignore them for the time being.
Yeah, I
Well,
think I'm going to save that for the actual Overlord.
Fair? Fair. You can also invoke Heart of Iron against me whenever you damn well please by making me, murder you.
yeah, to burn those bonds.
Oh, well, in that case, let's... but that loses me the... bond?
Yes.
So,
Uh,
I was going to do it anyway to you,
Is it-
but yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
It loses the Overlord's bond with you, not the other way around. So you still keep the one you have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
go
keep
for
your special one, but I'm burning out the resources the Overlord has to fuck with you. Okay, so you two go in as a crack team of force-using exorcists to deal with this goddamn demon, and two things happen. One, Shining Peaks, as you're about to go in, fists blazing, you get grabbed by the back around the throat and hurled into a wall as Anakin Skywalker is going to separate you two. And two, when you guys get immediately draw attention to that and get your game thrown off a bit, the Overlord grabs Zevin by the throat and lifts them up and starts squeezing as a wormhole opens up and the two of them vanish. Because I'm going to.
I don't take damage.
Yeah, I'm going to separate you. So we'll get to use Zevin in a moment.
No.
I wanna throw the Anakin scene in here. Shining Peaks, you're being pressed up against the wall. Anakin's like, okay, no. How did you get on the Malevolence?
Well, how did we leave the Malevolence?
I don't know. All I know is I have a memory of us landing the ship, another happy landing, and then a bunch of things happened, and I ended up here, but it doesn't connect right. How did you get onto the Malevolence? Why don't I remember the day before getting on the Malevolence?
I think Mustafar made us, put us here. Mr. Fear.
Made us? Put us here? Put us here where? Where is here? Did he steal me? Why would he steal me? Where's Obi-Wan? Why is the temple on fire? Who are the necromongers? What's going on? I don't have context to this and I live here.
Have you heard of the state of Messina?
Yes, I was there once. I met your planet.
Okay. Do you know that there are some evil things live in the black hole there?
What? No. I don't know your superstitions.
Do you know of Zepho?
I don't know about your superstitions. You're going to have to move along here and give me answers.
Evil force rays coming out of black hole.
He's looking around at all you guys wildly, by the way.
I love how Shining Peak has dumbed this down.
Could you dumb it down a little more?
Big Thunder God, angry, send demons. Demons hate Jedi.
Ow, fire hurt.
Primordial evil older than the Republic.
He's looking around. He drops you, points to 401KM and Sicarius. You two, what do you know?
I believe this is an illusion.
401KM, what do you say?
Train honk.
Christ.
Steph, you're muted, by the way.
Did she get disconnected?
I hope not.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like she's just muted.
All right, she might not be available. She might be
I'll,
RP'd.
I'll add
Okay,
her on Discord.
we'll smooth by that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's just a cat.
So, yeah, Sicarius and Shining Peaks, you have Anakin Skywalker to deal with right now. Like, he wants answers from you. What's happening? Why does he remember things? Why is everything strange? Convince him.
Because you're just in an illusion. You're not even real. Don't even worry about it. Just go do your own thing.
I don't think that's how it works.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that'll help.
even,
Don't worry. You're not real.
if I'm not
That'll calm
real,
him right the fuck down.
so if I'm not real, what am I? Some sort of illusion, some sort of shadow of Anakin Skywalker? Because if I'm a shadow of Anakin Skywalker, I'm still a shadow of the Chosen One, and that by default makes me the most powerful person in the room. So I still want some straight answers. What do you know, and
as
how
best
do I
as
get
maybe a
out of
spirit
here?
quest. You remember that big guy that was grabbing that other Jedi? I think he's behind it though.
The big guy that was kidnapping Jedi? What?
Lord
No,
Marshall of the Necromonger Horde.
all of you cease talking to me. Cease. If I'm not real and this isn't real, I have better things to do than deal with you people right now. And he leaves.
I had to step away for a second. What did I miss?
Anakin Skywalker.
pitching a fit.
Anakin Skywalker holding everyone hostage because they told him he wasn't real.
Okay. All right.
He's
And now
gone.
he's not.
We'll cut
Sorry.
now
See?
to.
That's the key to dealing with Anakin is tell him he's not real and he'll go somewhere else.
What is the Prince of the Universe?
My God. My God. Okay, Zevin, you've been dragged away because the Overlord had that black hole thing, and that's what he's representing with separate the group, and he's dragged you deeper into the Jedi Temple. Into the Jedi Master quarters, like where the Jedi Masters live and stuff. You're here, bunch of dead younglings, lightsaber wounds.
See, this is just over the top.
I know. I can't believe how unimaginative your people are. And he just drops you on the ground, and he's going to get ready to just work you over here. So, all on you, dog.
This is sad.
You can say that as many times as you want, Zevin, and it's not going to change a thing.
This is your idea of
My
really
idea.
giving me the goods.
I don't need to have ideas. This is your idea.
It's good because you're not very good at them.
This is all you. You did this, and I get to relish in it. I get to nourish myself off of your failure. I don't need to make anything up. I don't need to paint a prettier picture.
Lightsaber on. As if I didn't walk here through the biggest war in living memory, engulfing the entire galaxy. As if I haven't walked through fields of corpses. Armies of identical men created only to die. And this is what you show me to shock me. The heroes of the Republic having laid down their lives in battle. The Jedi aren't afraid of death. We're not afraid of failure. The Force is my ally, and it's a much bigger thing than you. And now you're going home, and you're going to starve for a long, long time. And let's do it.
The response Mr. Fear gives is, one more revelation, Zevin. Strike me down and get the final piece of the puzzle. And he'll wait for you to come to him.
Zevin starts to raise the lightsaber, looks at it, lowers it, thinks. Fear, death, pain, aggression. Switches the blade off and sits down in a meditative posture. I am going to start, and I'm going to use a Jedi meditative technique to banish as much of the pain of the whooping he's taken getting here as I can.
You're thinking. Fantastic, he says spitefully.
Not doing much of that either. Meditative techniques.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
good.
Oh, no, absolutely. Just like, he means like, oh, you're thinking about the problem. Fun. You know, the thing he was hoping to keep you off balance from doing. All right, while you're doing that, rest of the party, what's your move? Anakin's fled.
Anakin's fled?
Yeah, he's out. He booked. He has better shit to deal with.
I'm good. Did we see where Zevin went, or did he just implode in a black hole?
Imploded in a black
Black
hole.
hole.
So he could be anywhere.
He could be anywhere if only someone was force sensitive.
Where do I feel the disturbance of the Force?
It'll lead you where
It's
you gotta
coming from
go.
you deeper into the well.
Give me a getaway.
Sure. Getaway. What's that? Grace? Grace. I have -1 and damage grace. Whoopee!
Oh boy.
Anybody want help with this?
I'll help him. I don't know how.
So all you gotta do is say you're helping him and have a bond, and that'll give him hope. You have a bond
Okay,
with
I'm helping
Pete's
him.
character, right?
Okay,
I
so
do,
instead
yes.
of 4, that's a 3. Huzzah!
How do you get lower with hope?
Well,
the
I rolled
fuck?
again. I rolled again because I can't drop a 1 after I already rolled 3 dice.
What?
So,
What?
a failure.
What?
Fantastic.
Okay, I rolled 3 dice,
Amazing. I love it.
got the result, and then like, oh, roll with hope. Okay, hope canceled out my despair, so I just rolled 2 dice again instead, because I can't just drop a die.
Oh, I guess, yeah, that's true.
Okay, fair enough. So
Okay.
the roll sucked ass either way. Cool.
Cool, you're
Yeah.
going to go, but you're going to run into some problems. So you round a corner, and a bunch of clone troopers see you guys, and immediately turn, recognize Shining Peak, and open fire on you guys.
Overcome.
All right, guys,
You have to
deal with
do-
these clone
do
troopers.
the move.
I grab a nearby pillar and collapse it to create a cover for us to overcome this attack.
You are rolling with hope.
Huzzah! So that's like a 15.
There you go.
All right, you guys overcome.
Pew, pew,
Yeah,
pew.
the clones are trying to murder you guys. And like as you're moving through, you see screens everywhere with Chancellor Palpatine, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, who's like all messed up in all sorts of ways, talking about how the Jedi tried to assassinate him and left him scarred and deformed, and they were secretly working with the Separatists the entire time. They funded the clone army, but luckily Kamino and Science has saved the clones to stop them from turning against the Republic. And this was all the Jedi Council was doing. They ran the Clone Wars with Dooku the whole time. It's crazy. Right? Oh my god, I think Senator Amidala died too. Whoa, she was beloved. That's kind of just on the
Wait,
screen.
so Zemon's
You
a
guys-
traitor?
Who's a traitor?
So Zemon's a traitor?
Yeah, all the Jedi are. All of them were in
Apparently.
on it. It was a huge conspiracy.
Oh, this is not good.
Right, Sicarius? That thing your brother wants?
Oh no. I have to talk to my brother.
He's right.
So, Mr. Fear will sit. We'll cut back as you guys are about to come on scene just after Zevin gets some stuff. But Mr. Fear is going to sit in the chair Yoda sits in, and kind of, as the Lord Marshal, lean on one of his crooked little moon-shaped arms and look at you, figuring out what you're going to do next.
So he'll sit in a tiny, tiny Yoda seat at a 13-foot high given.
Is Yoda's seat tiny? I thought it was normal-sized, and he just was tiny on it.
Yeah, he's got this little itty bitty seat, so he's like,
Does he?
he looks
All right,
like
whatever.
he looks like the Slender Man sitting in a fucking Tonka truck.
All right, fine. Mace Windu's chair.
That chair has a bad motherfucker on it. He can't sit in that one.
Well, he did.
See, well, that's how I know this is complete bullshit.
So, what's your next move, Zevin?
No, Seven's next move is to bore this guy to death, basically.
Okay.
I'm not feeding him.
Okay. He's going to damage you with his hands. Like, he's going to just walk over, raise his hand up, and then just, like, casually drag it into your body like it was a mining pick. You just gonna not do anything about that?
Catch his hand.
Overcome.
Hey,
I'm the
a
general,
prize.
so I'm the general, so I get to make my cuts as hard as I want them to be. So take a damage. He'll dig into you.
Okay. That's right. I can't actually defend against this stuff. My sense is damaged.
You're going to make this fun for me, Zevin. One way or the other, this is going to be fun.
Yeah,
And
it
don't
just
be a-
got really fun, actually, because that's all my stats damaged.
One more, and you're taken out.
I'm
No,
a
he's-
survivor. I cannot be taken out.
Ah,
What happens when he does
And
damage
now
to
I
you?
have
when
hope.
you- What happens when he does damage to you when you're like out of stats? Does just nothing happen?
Look, nothing. I just can't be taken out.
All right, let's assume he does this a
Neat.
few more times. Like he's just stabbing you a little. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is uninteresting.
I'm going to wait until he's basically distracted and dismayed.
Yeah, he's just going to kind of look out the window with his arms behind his back, thinking this through.
Does that mean he's distracted?
Yeah,
Does that mean I have advantage?
sure.
And he doesn't have any bonds left with me?
Oh, he has one left.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
last time I damaged you, I got to form a bond. Overlord rules.
Oh.
Well, you know what? While he's damaged, while he's not damaged, while he's distracted, a arrow trap shoots him in the back.
doesn't arrow trap only work on undamaged enemies?
No, arrow trap works because I can come into the scene at any time, and I can use a trap if it's his spotlight, and so I'm just gonna shoot him with an arrow trap.
It turns out
Excellent.
Mace Windu's chair was booby trapped.
No, like a
Anybody
concussive
wasn't
blast.
that motherfucker sat in it.
Like a concussive energy blaster rips the room you're in silently and shoots the Lord Marshal through the chest, and he falls through the broken window 100 million miles down, and the scene shifts.
Now, did he actually take damage? Because it's important if he takes damage.
Yeah, he took damage. Why? What happens?
Okay, so when he takes damage, all of my gear that does damage also deals a toxin, which slows them and gives all my allies hope in any attacks to overcome or get away or finish them with Sense or
Nice.
Grace.
Oh, cool.
So as
Yeah,
long as
that's-
you're using Sense or Grace, everybody has hope.
Oh, I should point out the damage anyone took from the Lord Marshal is necrotic. Gotta remember that. You guys need to remember that.
Okay.
But that's just not related to this. I saw it there. Okay, perfect. New scene, final scene, last stage. You guys are in a throne room. It's large, cavernous maybe, full of technology, maybe platforms, a giant bay. It's the Death Star. You're in Palpatine's throne room on the Death Star. I'm not going to describe it. You know what it looks like. Just imagine a bit bigger. There's a honor guard of stormtroopers, which you don't have a reference for here. There is Supreme Chancellor Palpatine sitting on a throne looking at you guys. And you've just come in through an elevator. Like, you're all in an elevator. That door has opened up on this scene. And standing there in the middle of the room is a figure in black armor breathing heavily. This is the scene you guys get. By the way, the window looks down on Coruscant, which has been largely reindustrialized into like a factory planet. And this vessel, this fucking Death Star you're on, is orbiting above it.
Zevin staggers out of the lift. He looks like shit at this point.
You, Seven, you okay?
Right as rain.
I hand Zevon solemnly hand Zevon a stack of cash and tell him to feel better.
I form a bond.
There it is.
Form a bond.
There it is.
Form a bond.
I actually
Heal
can't.
point.
I already have 3.
It's amazing.
But you do heal a point.
Oh, good. This is.
And
I never thought I would do this, but no, wait. I'm actually not going to do this. That would be a bad idea. Yeah, I'll heal blood.
Now remember, it's necrotic.
Oh well.
What does that mean? Yeah.
Healing.
The first,
So
the
heal
damage.
first.
Yeah, Pete, go.
So first you heal necrotic from a necrotic damage to normal damage, and then you can heal the normal damage normally. So you just, heal the first pip of the 2 of those.
So it takes two heal actions to heal 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so that just took it from necrotic to regular damage.
Oh, well,
Yeah. It's
Tiny
useful.
Peak, do you want to throw in another healing point?
I don't need it. I'm straight up like
Oh, okay. Sweet.
I cannot, like, this character cannot be taken out, and when all my damage is marked, all my stats are damaged, I get hope. Which is good because I'm not immune to despair, so I need that right now, otherwise all my shit would be fucked.
Well, first Shiny P has a question like, so was what Chancellor Palpatine saying true? Are you actually working with the Separatists?
What?
I've heard the old Jedi are working with the Separatists. That's what this guy said.
Yeah,
earlier.
you guys funded the clones. All the clones.
No one knows who funded the clones.
The Jedi did.
Chancellor Palpatine knows. He said you guys did it.
Yeah, who wouldn't believe in your Fox News?
What? Like, Zevon wasn't there. Like, he has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's I don't know what to say, Zevon. That's Chancellor Palpatine said you guys funded the clones.
Hey, do you have some recording of that? You're a robot. You record some things at times.
Yeah, a little hologram recording like R2-D2. The attack on my life has left me scarred and deformed. It was the Jedi. They funded everything. They were working with the Sith Lord, Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku. It was all them. And everyone gets up and starts cheering and clapping. It's like, we're going to kill them all. Keep clapping. This is excellent for me.
Watching this clip back, he looks a little shadier now.
I mean,
the keep clapping for me is kind of an interesting comment.
I think it would be very interesting to see the Jedi Council maintain a vast conspiracy and hold it secret from an entire order of psychics.
It's not as hard as you'd imagine, Jedi. You people aren't that smart.
Lightsaber up, because I am getting the worst vibes off that dude.
You mean Supreme Chancellor Palpatine looking how he looks, sitting in the throne he sits on the vessel he's sitting on?
I literally do not recognize him. I know what he looks like by Return of the Jedi, and he looks like a fucking zombie somebody left out in the sun until, like a Halloween zombie, somebody left out in the sun until fucking February. I don't even know that guy. I just know he radiates dark side.
Oh yeah, he does.
We're not doing that. And it's still nothing compared to that fucking thing in front of him. Jesus.
Yeah, the thing in front of him is not Anakin Skywalker, it's Darth Vader, but by the way, we did Darth Vader in this game, and it is giving off palpable dark side waves. There's something deeply unliving about it. And from a certain point of view, the machinery and like the armor that it's, built of and wearing resembles Grievous in just the slightest ways, the way with the curves and the shapes go. And that cape.
What in the name of the Force is that?
And it just breathes in and out in such a recognizable manner, Zevon.
And that's Zevon finally feels icy fingers walking down the back of his neck.
Yeah, Zevin can put some shit together now about that thing he keeps imagining killing him.
Now's the time.
Now's the time to make those connections.
Mr. Fear.
No, not today. No. I don't cameo in those things' visions without having some creative input. You're a curiosity. Far from home, aren't we, little Zevin? What are you doing in my world?
Thank you for showing me what we need to stop.
Better
And he looks up
Jedi
at
than
Palpatine.
you. Better Jedi than you have already failed. Didn't mean to cut you off there, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry.
I haven't.
Well, a good politician knows when his constituents have a point. Let's test your mettle. You're a knight. I have a knight too. Play a game?
None of this is a game.
All of it's a game. He does that Palpatine cab kill I can't do.
Had to play a game. The Royal Game of Coruscant.
No. If any of this is real, then that empty, stupid, hungry thing has tipped your hand for you.
Good. This had been getting dull. Well, I found ways to...
Shit. And I'm going to stop this.
But don't worry, Zevin, as you say that. I found ways to entertain myself while waiting for you to become a proper challenge. At this point, the Death Star is going to blow up Coruscant, and the fight's going to begin. As that wave of palpable despair from a planet being blown up hits everyone here, including the droid. You can feel the gravity of that, if not through the Force, then through your cold, calculating sensors.
Whoa.
So, who wants to go first against Darth Vader?
I guess I can start by keeping them busy.
Okay.
That's good. At the moment, I'm sort of on my knees after being point blank for Alderaan 2.
Yeah, in the background, Palpatine's giving a vague yet menacing speech about how he's been doing this for so long, he had lost basically the joy of just ruling, conquering, and being himself. And it wasn't until he stumbled upon an idea he found in the records of the Strait of Messina, that he realized that he could be making this so much more fun for himself. Why starve a galaxy of light? Why rule a galaxy when he could snuff it out and starve everything else on the other side of the black hole and feed off their pain and suffering for eternity?
Dang.
It's two birds with one stone. He's just going to go through the galaxy, extinguishing all life for fun. That's the general gist of the speech without me having to, talk over you guys for the next hour. So,
Hey, is KM still recording this?
Right?
Because this is going to be real interesting if any of these recordings survive for Trench.
Right?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Oh no, Sicarius is definitely taking mental notes. He is panically trying to remember as much of this as possible.
Oh, Trent will get such a conspiracy boner out with this.
So,
Yep.
if Shining Peak is keeping Vader busy, can I whack Palpatine with the orb?
Oh, yeah, you can go for it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'll just whack upside the head. Shut up!
Using the laser beam, I'm assuming, the flashlight mode. Because crossing the room to get to him involves stormtroopers and Darth Vader. I just want to make sure
All
everything's
right,
on
yes.
point.
Then yes, I will laser him.
It would be funny if she just like hugged it into his face, like donk,
I mean, if you
like just mid monologue.
if you want, I can yeet yell.
The ogre power we never get to use.
Yeah.
All right.
Force eating, yeah. No, probably flashlight mode is for the best, so as not to draw all the stormtroopers in.
All right. 9.
On what are you doing? What's your move here?
Palpatine.
Yeah, but what's the move?
Oh. I can never remember moves. I'm sorry.
Overcome. Finish them.
Yes,
Finish
all the
them.
above. Finish him.
You need advantage on Emperor Palpatine.
Oh yeah, I mean that does seem like a valid trying to force him to retreat by orbing him.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
You don't have to kill him with finish him.
Out of nowhere, a Zillow beast appears.
Outsmarting, terrifying, or overwhelming them, that's another option.
Well,
There's a lot of stuff finish them does.
actually, choose one. I can finish him and cause him to be beaten down, so he cannot cause further harm during this scene.
Ooh.
You can do
Yeah,
that.
you have the air stuff.
Yeah, I've got the air stuff, so I'm going to do him in.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Someone needs to get advantage on this guy for that to work.
Ian,
Okay.
he's monologuing at us.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
Ian, you're the surprise guy.
Okay. While he's monologuing, I will spend my last web, and he will. I picture him like, is he just sitting there, or is he walking around the room monologuing?
No, he's sitting in his comfy chair. He doesn't get up and walk for people. Do you think you deserve
Okay,
him
that's fair.
standing?
That's fair. That's fair.
He has people
excellent,
for
excellent.
standing.
Excellent. Excellent. As he's sitting in his chair monologuing, Sicarius just kind of nods and is like, I never suspected you'd sit in your chair this long, but perfect. And he's just going to trigger the bear trap in the pillow of his chair.
What the fuck?
I mean, sure, yeah, all right, that gives advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
So he is immobilized and in a bunch of pain. That is the exact words. The exact words of bear trap is immobilize them, and they're in an immense distracting pain.
I imagine it's one of those things you see in Star Wars where it's like a laser shock grenade mine thing where it's like supposed to paralyze you in place. You see them in Clone Wars and stuff. It's just like miscellaneous sci-fi garbo. So I imagine something like that, right?
Part of me wishes it's just a literal bear trap, but yes,
Yeah,
it's probably
explain
that.
how
You're
that got
right.
there.
It's probably exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Even a container of liquid metal that forms itself.
No, it's probably some kind of like energy grenade.
All right,
Yeah.
some sort of like paralyzer field. Sure, that goes up. Steph, you have advantage.
Okay, now I zap him with the orb to finish him.
And what do you get? And what stat do you use?
Don't you have a move just like auto donk him or?
Yes, I do.
Oh, thank God, because I don't know what your moves are anymore.
I don't either. So, but I'm going to strike true, and he is beaten down. I don't even have to roll to finish him. He is beaten down and cannot cause further harm during this scene.
Sure. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, you blast him with the orb, and he just vanishes, leaving behind an empty cloak.
And Shining Peak is keeping Vader busy?
Yep. Keep Vader busy. Pay a price. Also, you're paying a price for Palpatine. It's not even a question. Yeah, he's an overlord of a different game. Pay that price.
All right.
You should all be paying prices. So many prices.
Oh, I probably had to pay a price then too.
Yeah, you all did. Oh, hey, and that gets it wiped because you all filled out the pay a price meter.
Wait, I'll take a damage then.
I'll take a damage too.
So who suffered a handicap?
It doesn't matter. It's already almost 1 a.m. Let's keep going.
Okay, so and can you give me 2 seconds? The cat is just like screaming nonstop into my door
Kitty.
because she senses that we've almost got the session wrapped. She has
Sure.
perfect timing.
Sure. Pete, tell us
Yeah,
about that keep
I can-
busy move.
Yeah, I'll be back in 2 seconds to capitalize on whatever he's about to say. Be right back.
Yeah.
Well, I just jumped at him and started, punching him in various ways and just throwing him with the force, as that hands-on, ogre I am. And I rolled
Right.
a 13, so I guess I keep him busy.
All right, yeah, this giant like dark armored knight monster with a red lightsaber and a cape. You're just getting into a brawl with it and trying to keep it from lightsabering you while you throw it around, grapple with it, keep it contained and keep it off
Yeah.
balance. That's all happening.
Yeah, get physical with it.
Okay. So I think we might want to pause briefly while waiting for Holden to come back. Or does... Oh, Ian also left as well. All right, so should we pause, guys?
Sure.
It's going to be just a countdown. And we're back. Okay, so there's advantage on Darth Vader. And by the way, I need to point out that now that you guys understand the Phantom Menace plot and the nightmares and all that shit, that's Mr. Fear doing his thing. Y'all take another damage.
Okay.
That doesn't do
Another
anything to me.
one?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything to me either, but it's annoying.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, he's revealing forbidden knowledge to you that destroys your brain. And this is forbidden knowledge that destroys your brain. I could not think of anything more horrific to show you.
The holiday special.
Fuck off.
That's the season finale.
I just imagine Mr. Fear trying to explain to you, being like, okay, nothing happens for a while. There's a cartoon of Boba Fett. A lot more doesn't happen. Carrie Fisher and the gang shows up, and then everyone goes home looking really pissed. Everyone gets up and goes home looking really pissed.
There's B. Arthur, but astonishingly,
yeah.
B. Arthur does not spark joy. And then there's a distressingly horny old Wookiee.
We're rewatching Farscape. We're about 6 or 7 episodes in, and every single episode is uncomfortably horny. Like, everyone is just stroking and groping and sweating each other. It's a lot. I
don't remember that part.
Farscape was weirdly sexual at all times. It had a lot of weird energy it was giving off.
Huh, okay.
It's kind of amazing. It's a great show. I love it. Anyway, Vader. Okay, Holden, you got advantage on Vader. Here we go. Murder this guy.
And Seven comes up off his knees, lightsaber ignited, and swings for the fences.
We're working together to give you hope.
Yeah, who's working together with Holden to take out Vader, to give him hope?
It was like 15.
I guess I
I've
can.
already got hope.
Oh, yeah, okay. No one
I
needs
stand
help then.
damage.
No one's
Oh, yeah,
helping. It's
okay.
all Zevon on
Okay,
his
who
own.
is helping him get an advantage?
Pete did it by
I
keeping
did
Vader
already.
busy.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
I have despair on all my stats, but I also have hope because that's the advanced playbook I took.
Go for it.
Rolled, okay, +3, so 9, 12.
What's up?
Takes him out.
Murder.
I'm not even going to have him interrupt with a bond thing because I don't want to, because I'm sleepy. And also, he exists to farm bonds off of you guys. So,
Yep.
yeah.
I was counting on that.
You strike him down, and like the hack he is, Mr. Fear lets Vader fall and his helmet tumble off like you severed his head, and it opens up to reveal your own face. But it's such a hacky thing, you realize that can't possibly be true. And he dies.
Unless.
No, there's no unless. This all fades away. Like, all this just kind of bleeds and bends away, and you hear with the elevator ding behind you guys as Anakin comes on scene, looking around at you all wildly. Like, he puts the force at you guys to drag you into the elevator, and some of your effects go with him, but really nothing happens because it all bleeds away like a smeared, failing graphics card on a computer, where just stuff tracks.
General Skywalker!
Yeah. And you guys are in the ship. Like, you're back on the Proteus. You're in a small room. It looks like it's like an alcove off of the one of the main decks, maybe the captain's quarters. It's hard to say, but in this room, there's some chairs, a bench, some scientific equipment, instruments, and a coptic urn that is radiating with the Force.
Is Anakin here with us?
Nope.
I'm assuming not like the good version of the Force.
No, the good version of the Force.
Oh, shit, okay.
That's what
Wait.
we're here for.
Wait a minute. It's the macrochlorian,
Oh, shit, the
isn't it?
macrochlorian!
Yeah.
The whole reason why we went here.
Oh, right, that thing.
So I guess
it's talking to
Go
you
on.
through the Force, through like primitive, like animal instinct kind of senses you can kind of pick up. It's sick. It's old. It's been trying to keep Mr. Fear and the rest of the stuff contained here for a while. Like, Mr. Fear got here recently to cause havoc, and it's been trying to do stuff, and it's severely weakened itself, and it needs a host.
Well, I guess I'll volunteer then.
I think we should consider very carefully what. Oh, and Shining Peak's already eating it. Okay.
Yeah, if you open the Coptic urn, it looks like not like a Gould symbiote where they're small and spindly and like murderous looking, but like the Mother Gould symbiotes look, where they're kind of fat and tardigrade like. It's kind of like a little fat tardigrade that, yeah, you could swallow this.
I do swallow it then.
Okay, Shining Peak unceremoniously swallows this thing, and it'll take up residence inside of you.
Oh.
Well, have you eaten grub before?
And this is just a ship now. It's not really haunted by anything. But, well, haunted by anything except your own memories and experiences and revelations. You're just in this room together.
I think we should return to our ship, and there's a lot to go over.
Yeah, I guess. And what will we do with that evil bird? Later?
Go back to your ship, because there's a lot to discuss. I think covers it.
Okay, yeah. Good
And
idea.
You
that's
guys-
wrap.
You guys wordlessly, like, scene swipe, leave the ship, go back to the Nolvanian village. Everything's fine. Tor and Rudwar meet you there and are, like, happy to see you're back. You form a fellowship with this community automatically. And your pilot, remember P-Pants? Krell? Krell lets you know that they picked up a signal on this planet for a necromonger that's necromonger-based, and he can pinpoint it to you. There's a landed ship nearby that you guys can investigate next session.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, probably the ship that Mr. Fear came on. We then cut away from you to the Overlord on his research station, doing whatever work it is he's doing, briefly feeling the absence of Mr. Fear and just like staring into the black hole, howling in rage. And then we cut to Coruscant. Anakin Skywalker is woken up by Ben Kenobi opening the door, being like, Anakin, the Chancellor's been kidnapped. We have to go. And Anakin gets up, throws on his clothes, and is ready to leave when he checks his pocket, and he has Zevin's communicator in it. And he gets a look on his face. Zevin, your communicator's missing. And then he goes with Obi-Wan. And that's where we'll smash cut to wrap. So, I was Devin.
Okay.
Oh,
Hello
I'm
there.
Stephanie.
Peter.
Ian.
Holden.
And this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.